Avast and ahoy and g'day to ye mateys! I be Josh the Pirate, and it brings me a bounty of pleasure to welcome you once again to Corsair's Cove, Ep6 of our new story in my Humblewood world of monsters and magic. Above me I have me hearty crew, the elated Nikolai Kravchenko, the endearing Josh Towns, the exquisite Karen Schlink, and the enthusiastic Brendan Ellis. So, let's talk about these wonderful people, shall we? I don't know. Brendan, are you enthusiastic today?
So
I am now.
So happy. Alrighty. Brendan, tell me about yourself.
I'm enthusiastic.
That's true.
I like long walks on the beach. I am an actor and director in Perth. I'm a nerd. I like video games. I like D&D. And I like being here with all of you.
Oh, bless your little cotton socks. Thank you, Brendan. Karen, tell me about yourself.
Hello, I am Karen Schlink, otherwise known as the Mother of Bunnies, in chat over on Twitter, where you can follow me. I retweet weird shit sometimes. I am a performer, a writer. I do burlesque as Miss Lola Moore. I will be performing in the wonderful seaside Australian town of Geraldton this Saturday night. So if any of you live in Geraldton or near Geraldton, maybe Cervantes or Durian Bay, I've been scoping out the geography so I can get my local references right. You can come watch me. But if you're not, sorry?
Is there a lot of local references in your burlesque?
I have no freaking idea. I'm being a smarty pants. But you can also hear my lovely voice on the D&D podcast, There Be Dragons, where I play the fearless fighter, Ryland Westfall.
This is true. Your friendly neighborhood dragonborn. Alrighty. Josh, tell me about yourself, my friend.
Well, hello. I am Josh. Joshua Towns. I do a bunch of performing around WA. Most recently, I am doing a Little Women musical at the Old Mill Theatre coming this December. Buy your tickets. It's going for 3 weekends. It's a lovely little theatre. Come and watch me come on and sing some things. It's wonderful. I'm very good. Excellent. So we also have this show, which I'm doing. I am also doing a fringe show come January, February, and potentially another one. Potentially. I've yet to hear back. But, things in work. All right. And for everything else, there's whatever comes tonight. See you then.
Very well. Nikolai, who the heck are you?
Hi, I'm Nikolai, or Cossack Nico on the internet. I kind of just mainly hang around here and play games with my friends, which is great fun for me.
It's a valid use of your time. We appreciate the heck out of it. Yeah. You can follow him on Twitter if you want, but it's probably not any point. Unless you want to have retweets of what Karen does. That's yeah. Look, if you want to follow Karen without following Karen.
Yes.
Seems like a really roundabout way of doing it.
Just follow me and make me feel better about myself.
That's true.
Because my self-esteem is linked directly to my follow account.
Whose isn't? I be Josh the Pirate. You can find me in Perth, where I am living. This is a weird way around to do it. I live in Perth, and I'm a DM and performer here. You can find me on Roll for Damage, where I DM the Humblewood game on Monday nights. I can hear somebody. There we are. And you can find me here on Corsair's Cove, which is my channel, with Karen Schlink, the Mother of Bunnies, where I DM on Thursday nights. We've got a few more bits and pieces coming up soon. Starting in 2 weeks' time, we will have the Avatar crew from Roll for Damage coming over to play the second half of their micro-campaign here, with the wonderful Axel Bebbington. Rhythm in the Mind will be the DM, and we've got Matt Brown from Split the Party, and AJ Winters from Winter's Tales, and of course D-Rab Dan himself, all playing marvelous characters there. And in the new year, Rachel Fuka will be running a campaign for us as well. How exciting. And we're talking about some Tuesday night programming as well. So beyond that, if you like my face and voice, you can check me out in Paparotica at Fringe World, and generally infesting the art scene in Perth. And otherwise, I'm in the podcast There Be Dragons with Karen, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Scan Felspar. So, mateys, I think it would be a valid thing for us to have a bit of a recap, but I must also remind our charming, consummate, and maybe even trendy audience to please like, follow, and subscribe to all the things we have, the socials. I'll put the links in chat. In fact, I did a little while ago, but I'll do it again. Socials. And yes, there will be some posts coming out for those of you who followed in massive stream a couple of weeks ago where we picked up a whole mess of followers. Karen has written all of the silly limericks. They will be being posted in our socials in the next few days, so check that out.
Some of them are already on Twitter.
Don't have the Discord yet. Leave me alone, sir. I'm on it. I'm getting there.
Go follow us on Twitter. I do that. It's fun.
Yeah, we'll do the Discord soon, I promise. And what else do I have to mention? I don't think anything else needs to be said. We need a recap. Who wants to do the recap rather than me just lore dumping for 5 minutes?
It will be me. I will be doing the recap.
Very well, splendid. Take it away.
Lay it on us, Javier.
Well, last
Happy hypes in chat.
Last we left off, we began with Javier returning his voice, spitting out the currents and being able to speak incredibly clearly. And thus, everything was better. And then during the little short stop that we had on the way between killing the scouting party and potentially killing ourselves, we encountered Javier encountered a dead body, which is everyone very interested to see what happened. And there was a prowler that looked to be very, very protective of this dead body and very protective of his little cub. So we decided to spend some time contemplating whether to do anything, and we ended up doing absolutely nothing. So continuing on, we ended up scouting out ahead and came across a village. And we saw that this was a memory for a few of the people, and it was a big battle that had taken place. It was kind of the ruins of said town. And we found our quarry, what we were looking for. We saw quite a few elementals, so we spent some time thinking of an elaborate plan to infiltrate or to absolutely demolish the place. We could see them lighting up preparing a shrine of some sorts, which kind of twinged a few memories in us and thinking that this could possibly be evil and we should probably stop it. All right, so we ended up settling on the plan of us splitting up into two parties. We had the Wham Bam Thank You Ma'am play some drums team, and then we had the Rain on Our Parade team. And so we decided, and we were mostly successful. The team Wham Bam Thank You Ma'am went that way, and they decided to go up ahead and find a nice little nook before going out and playing In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins in its entirety, and thus distracting half of the crew. And it seems that the smoky elemental, the big one, was giving the orders, so it was very apparent that we had to stop. And as they went and fought them in their little hidden nook, many things were said, many lives were it was a really successful skirmish, I think. What else happened there? I think that's right. While that was happening, we were preparing our little water rain on the wood to make sure that it wouldn't burn. Some dodgy stealth rolling meant that it was one of the mephits came out and attacked us, but we quickly blasted it in the face, and it was great. I got poisoned. Things were great.
I got set on fire. It was great.
You nearly died.
It's fine. So when that started, we went ahead and rained on the parade while the team Wham Bam Thank You Ma'am were flying V formation from the hill, which was kind of cool if only anyone was watching. Well,
there was a bunch of elementals who saw it and was like, that looks pretty boss. It's a pity they're coming to kill us.
They're like, wow, yeah, look at that. Anyway, so while we were fighting, the Smoky Elemental drew its attention to us, and so did all the other Magmins and Mephits, as Javier was like, you've got this, fantastic, went round the back door as Kesh got surreptitiously beaten with fiery fists, thus bringing them to run back to Javier for a bit of help, I guess. And then as we left off when we finished last session, so Javier was in the back-to-back with Kesh, and we were flanked by 2 Magmans, and we had the lovely 2 of our saviors, one of which decided to yell some intimidation tactics at one of the methods. Was it the method or the Magman?
It was a Magman.
It was a Magman. The Magman called him a red-hot fellow, and that seemed to make his blood boil.
Oh, absolutely.
Even more.
He was furious.
And now he's going to attack him. And our dear Angry Goose was running full bore at the Smoky Beast to try and take him down. We did some healing, we did some fighting, we did some screaming, and they were on fire. And so that's where we left off.
Dead set. Mateys, may your plans go off without a hitch, and all your insults have the desired effect, as we head tremulously at first, and then with mounting heat and passion, into the Humblewood. So, as we begin, we find our heroes at the mid-battle against a phalanx of elementals who seem to be trying to create a new portal to the plane of fire by desecrating a shrine and setting it on fire. But Javier has temporarily put pay to that idea by casting Create Water and giving it a good old dousing. However, if this combat goes bad, it could well open up the Humblewood to a fresh new elemental invasion. So, reasonably high stakes. Plus, there's a Hiscalia coming that could easily explode. Currently, Javier and Kesh are back-to-back in a small alley, about 50 feet from the shrine in the center of town. Javier in front, and next to him, blocking his exit rather, are a pair of Magmen, one of whom is flanked by Eric, who just very meanly called it a red-hot fellow, and now has its complete attention. About 75 feet up the road, Arthur is going toe-to-toe with a slightly injured smoke elemental, and is about to get his back scratched for him by a smoke mephit and a Magamin. There are another couple of ongoing effects as well, I must remind our players and audience of. The smoke elemental has disadvantage on attacks against anyone except Arthur, because of his barbarian ability, which right now is fine. It's fine with, because he's right up in your grill. Arthur is dealing with the fact that he's right up in the guy's grill, has smoke in his eyes, and is partially blinded. He also has disadvantage on attacks against he has disadvantage on attacks until the end of his turn, and disadvantage for sight-based perception checks for the same amount of time. Javier and Eric both have spells going. Javier has spiritual weapon in the form of a big old pine cone, and Eric cast healing spirit in the form of a fire made of crow feathers on the space where Javier is, which I have a very vivid mental image of, and it's pretty cool.
I also
Alrighty.
have Bane.
Oh yes, you also have Bane on the big dude. That's the only one that's left on.
It was one of the Magmans.
That Magman has just died.
Was it that Magman that has died?
It was the one that attacked. It was on Kesh's side, and you guys, I think, killed it. Just it was the end of the round, so
that's right, and it exploded. Yes,
Kesh isn't sandwiched in anymore. She could leave.
That's
right.
She could leave.
I'm very burnt.
There's no smoke method anymore, is there? There's the smoke. Is there a method?
There is a smoke method near Arthur, but not near you guys. It's you guys. The three of you guys are dealing with a pair of Magmen. Arthur is dealing with a method and a Magman and the big smoky elemental on his own. He's going to be fine.
Was it the big smoky was affected? Yeah, okay. Big smoky, Bane.
Big smoky has Bane. Well done.
Okay.
I did forget that one.
He also has my Hunter's Mark and Slayer's sense on him.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
We need to get through these little guys so we can start pounding on the big fellow.
Oh.
I can't wait to pound on that big red hot fellow.
Pound him. Beat him.
I was already thinking we needed a t-shirt that just had red hot fellow on it.
Oh, it's good. I mean, we have merch as well, and you know what? I will actually just very quickly bring it up. There's the Javier Merry Christmas up on stream right now. which I quite like. You can get that on a t-shirt if you want. How fun. But we need to be able to see our rolls because we are beginning the combat. Kesh, well, we're continuing the combat. So, Kesh,
Yes.
you are up.
Okay. I would like to move into the healing beam.
You can't. Javier's in it.
Can I push on Javier's behind?
Not really. There's two guys in front of him that are stopping him moving forward. So
Okay.
if you were to push Javier, he would be like you'd be setting him on fire. Feels
Okay.
uncalled
Feels
for.
rude. Okay. Well, I'm going to try and shoot one of the guys.
Very well. You're not in base contact with it, so you don't have disadvantage at all.
So I basically want to hide behind Javier and pop out and shoot at them.
Very
and
well.
hopefully they won't set me on fire again.
Well, hopefully not.
Do you want to move back while you do this? Sorry.
Oh, move back because the explosions are 10 feet.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Javier. Yes, I will move back.
Get back, you silly bee.
All right, I'll move back a bit from the two fiery things, and I will shoot at whichever one is closest to me.
They're both exactly the same distance from you. One is fighting Eric, one is fighting Javier. That's really the
Well,
only
I
thing
don't
different
think a
between them.
9 hits, so I've just missed.
A 9? No, it does not.
Right. Well, I will take a second shot with my bonus action.
No, you won't. You can only make a second action with a bonus attack if it's a light weapon. You can do it with a sword, but not with a bow.
Motherfucker. I am so sure I've fired my bow twice in combat before.
Probably not. Maybe as a different character with a level up. If you leveled up, you would have extra attack, which would allow you to do it twice. That may be what you're thinking about.
Maybe. I don't know.
Rylan can do it, but
No, you did
Kesh-
it with your short swords. You had short swords.
short
right,
swords.
right,
You
right.
can do a pair, but not bows.
I do apologize. Never mind.
Next level, you can do an
Yeah.
extra attack.
Well, there's not much I can do then.
Only it was Arthur, then it would be move back, you silly goose.
Actually, oh no, it's an action, not a bonus action. Never mind, I can't do that.
Flesh panda.
Very well.
Damn it.
And,
Okay.
all right, it's now the Magmen's turn. I made a specific note not to forget about them. One of them runs up and scratches Nikolai in the back. I believe you made your attack with advantage, so they get 2 as well. Yes, is that the way it works?
Perhaps, yeah, maybe.
A 19.
Yeah, they'll do it.
That was
Yeah.
very reckless of you.
It was quite reckless of you.
Perhaps too reckless. Maybe I need to dial it back.
But
A 1 and a 2.
Where's the...
Fire
drum?
damage.
I would take that, yeah.
Yeah,
Very
so
good.
3 fire damage. You are now ignited, however. So, until the creature takes an action to douse the fire, the target takes 1d6 fire damage at the end of each of its turns. So yeah, just, there's that. Right, then there's one attacking Javier. A 4 on the dice, probably not going to do it. And one attacking Eric. A 16, Eric.
16. What a great number. 16 is my AC.
So equals beats. Yeah, I'm sorry. That one is a little bit better. 7 fire damage, Eric.
Yeah, I'll cop that.
And you are ignited.
Don't love that.
Yeah. Look, it's why magmen are freaking dangerous, and that they explode. Very well, that's their turn. Arthur. You are... Currently, you've got 2 guys behind and 1 big guy in front.
Yeah, okay. This is a bit of a dangerous situation, and perhaps the very real potential of death in this moment makes Arthur a bit misty-eyed about the past. But he remembers the story about the townsfolk rallying at the center of town near the shrine,
Sure.
and superstition sort of prevails. Places like that have power, so Arthur's gonna dash towards it.
He's going to
He'll take the opportunity
disengage.
attacks.
And, oh, he's going to cop the opportunity attack.
Yeah.
Very well. So, yeah, everybody gets... they're all going to do it. Is it? Do they get advantage, or because
I didn't
no,
reckless this time.
you didn't reckless, so they wouldn't get advantage. So yeah, that's a straight 1 from the Magman.
Oh, it don't do shit.
Then the Mephit gets a 15 on the dice, plus
Ooh,
something,
that'll
probably a
get
little
me.
bit. Smoke Mephit, claw attack is a +4. So you take. Oh wow, it's not very much. 1d4 plus 2, but I did get max damage, and 1d4 fire damage. Oh, right, okay. So this is slashing. That's good. Yeah, you take 1d4 plus 2 slashing. So you take 6 slashing, so half to 3, and then you take a further 1d4 fire damage, and I rolled a 1. So that could have been worse. That was 3 all up. And
you on fire?
That one doesn't ignite them, though. He's already on fire, so it doesn't really matter. And then the smoke elemental is going to make a grab attack as well. 12 plus 6, 18.
18 hits, yeah.
18 probably does. 2d6. Only a 4 fire damage. Plus 7. 7 fire damage. 4 on the dice, plus 3.
All right.
10 damage all up. And you also, I mean, you're already under the effects of the con save. So I'm not going to make you roll it again because it's currently happening to you. You run. You use your bonus action to get 60 feet, so you'll be pretty close to the shrine at this point. You'd probably be adjacent to the wet bits.
Is it dampening his on-fireness?
Are the wet bits enough to put...
The rain has... I would not advise you to try and extinguish the fire that you are on in the thing that you guys came here specifically not to set on fire.
What are you doing?
The rain has stopped. The rain was supposed to be 2 rounds of fire, 2 rounds of rain, so it has.
It would have literally just stopped.
Yeah, as you got there, it stopped.
Hey Arthur, I remember you saying something about this village would have been founded because there was a good well nearby.
I did say that.
That's right, yeah.
But in the complete opposite direction than the way he just ran.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Oh, I also
You guys ran past it on the way in.
So I wasn't on fire then. I also have a bonus action wing flap that propels me upward a distance equal to half my movement speed. So I'll use that as well and just try to get as close to the gang as possible. And between the gang and the rally point.
I would allow this to add another 15 feet if you glided for some of the... you jump up and then glide a little bit more. I'll add that. I'll let you add a 15 feet of movement.
Oh, hell yeah.
With
100%.
And Raging Rolls, thank you for the raid. Raid emotes up in chat. Thank you so much, Raiding Rolls. Pleasure having you. Raid. Yeah, you've caught us at a good time. We're just at the beginning of our stream.
Bonjour.
Chuck us a raid emotes up in chat. If you fancy a follow, we are a D&D channel. We post, we run D&D every Thursday night, and we are expanding our programming coming very soon. We'll have an Avatar Legends game on Wednesdays as well, and Sunday afternoon games in the new year. Yeah, chuck us a follow if you fancy. Otherwise, stick around and enjoy the game. We are currently fighting a big old smoke elemental, which is a creation of mine. Raging Rolls, thanks so much for the chat. Guys, head on over to Raging Rolls. Guys, Raging Rolls, I assume from the name, you're a D&D channel as well. I love to see that.
They just roll around.
Yeah, just...
Raging Rolls is very appropriate given the Barbarian was literally just doing stuff.
Yes, the Barbarian has just run as fast as he possibly can to join up with everybody else, which is a smart move, I think, on his part. And now it's Eric's turn.
Do something cool, Eric.
I'm also just going to shout out our artist, Daria, who does some amazing work for the channel. She is our artist. She also occasionally plays with us. She also plays over on the Eldritch Scribe, so you can check her out over there if you want to get to know her. And if you subscribe, you can get access to our Heavy Hype chat emote, which Daria designed for us as well. Anyway, sorry, Eric, go for it.
Okay, the first cool thing I'm going to do is be on fire and take damage for that.
Love it. Nice work. It actually happens at the end of your turn, so you don't take it, but actually Arthur, if you want to roll a 1d6, or I can, or Omi can if you like.
Omi can roll it.
Omi, can we get a 1d6 in chat, please?
I want a
trust
nice
Omi
low
not to
one,
roll
Omi.
D6.
Omi's very good at rolling for chat, rolling for us. Omi
It's been
rolled.
good so far, yeah.
Omi rolled. I got a couple of weeks ago. I got Omi to roll the remaining hit points for a monster, and of a D30, he got a 2, which was great. And we love him again. Look, there he go. 2 points.
Yes.
Ooh.
Pretty
Awesome.
good.
Good work,
Thanks,
Omi.
Omi. Nicely done. Cool.
Great.
And everybody fights over him for the level up rolls. Cool. So yeah, you'll take this at the end, Brendan.
Great. Bonus action, my healing spirit feather flame is going to move over onto Kesh.
How far can you move it? I think she moved a little back, but yes.
You can move up to 30 feet, I believe.
Oh, sure.
Oh, great.
Kesh, how
Makes
far
it easily.
back did you move? Like 10 feet?
I'm more than 10 feet away from the ones that I'm trying to kill.
Very well. So you're now about 15 feet is all it had to go.
Yeah.
Cool.
So in the past, when I've used this, I've rolled ones. Karen, I've just rolled a 6.
Yay! Thanks, Brendan.
Nice.
That's okay.
You have
cool.
double digits.
I have 16 whole health points. Yay!
Then I'm going to use my action again to use Primal Savagery to make my Talon acidic and go
Ratchet.
for. Am I only adjacent to one of these magmen?
I believe so currently, but you can totally be adjacent to both of them if you like. It's square, so you're diagonal onto one and next to one. You could attack
Okay.
either, but neither are damaged.
Oh, I thought. Oh yes, because the attack had missed. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm just going to stay where I am then and attack the one that just attacked me.
Well.
22.
Oh yeah, look, that'll probably do it.
Watch me get a 1 on damage.
Here we go.
No,
9.
That's a 9.
9! It's not a 1!
Hey, and this is poison damage, isn't it?
Acidic.
Acidic, which means it's not piercing, slashing, or bludgeoning from non-magical attacks, which means 9 hit points is the magic number. It explodes.
Oh no.
You kill it.
I guess that's what we wanted.
Death burst. Make dex saves, Javier and Eric, to avoid taking 6 fire damage.
I think
An
I do it.
18 and a 13 both make it. However, so you take half, and you are not ignited unless you were already ignited.
Yes.
No.
And I tell you what, Serum, would you like to roll 1d6 in chat to determine how much Brendan takes?
Well, what was the damage from the death burst?
3, after I halved it. So it was 6, now 3.
Cool.
Yeah, we don't like...
Firm, you're fired.
6 points of fire damage there, Brendan, as well, for being on fire. Next is... I think you'll find it's Eric who was fired. Next is Javier, I believe.
Fired. You're fired.
Ow, get down.
Fired.
Javier.
Yes, it's me. All right. Good work killing it. It singed my eyebrows a little. Okay.
Matches the other missing bits of fur on your face.
Now it's just like a matte, really matte. Ugh. Terrifying. I am the most terrifying thing you've ever seen.
Certainly upsetting to look at right now.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's all right. So I can move up
Yes.
and see the big smoky demon. So who's left? Right.
Oh, there's still another magmin right next to you.
Really?
There was 2.
it right next? Oh, well. First things first. I'm going to swing with. I'm just
Spirit
gonna. Yeah, you're kind of like, and it.
Yeah.
It's a spinning big, like
All right.
ethereal
Like a steamroller situation.
black and dark green pine cone that kind of just decides to go all fucking Ryobi drill on you.
Sure.
Yeah, all right, here we go. Let's give that an attack. Yeah.
Then do it. 22
Yeah.
again. That hits. We know the magic number.
Damn it.
That's not it.
That's okay. So he's right next to me?
Yeah, I mean it's spiritual. That's radiant damage, and it's 7. Yeah, he's right next to you and looking quite unpleasant, like looking a bit concussed, to be honest, from being bashed over the head with an enormous pine cone. It's just not a sentence you get to say often enough in life, is it? Yeah, he looks a bit concussed from being bashed over the head with an enormous radiant pine cone.
I think I'm going to give this a go because
Ooh.
why not? I'm just going to fucking
Headbutt him? Yes. I mean, last session when you weren't here, Javier did level his horns and charge at somebody.
That's
and
it.
I said at the time, as you, I was like, I have never hit someone with my horns before. Wasn't certain if that was true, but I did feel like he didn't do that.
No, he's like, I usually don't like to do this.
Yeah. Very well.
My spells are looking pretty sad.
Make
You're not a friend.
hit him over the head with a pine cone attack. Antler gore. Oh, not so much. It's probably because he's now ducking because he's holding his head because of the pine cone situation.
Oh, hold on. Is this thing flanked?
Yeah.
I'm on the other side of it.
Yeah, I guess not really, but a little bit, I suppose. Between
I came
between
in from
Eric,
the other side in the
between Eric and the pine
Spiritual
cone.
weapon.
Yeah, I'd allow it. Go on then. Roll with advantage. That's the dice sake. Nope. Nope. Nice try, but no. Cool. Excellent. Now it is, unless you have anything else, do you want to move? You could theoretically leave, but you are adjacent to it.
Nah.
If you move through or past Kesh, then you could pick up a healing from them.
I don't need it. I'm blocking at the moment. I will get my spiritual weapon to move. How far away is the smoky dude? Big dude.
He's about to come much closer, but he's currently 75 feet away. And I believe you used your bonus action to make it attack, did you not?
Yeah, but I can move it and attack. That's the whole point. I think
I believe so. Yeah, that sounds fair.
Says, as a bonus action, you can move it and repeat the attack. Anyway, wherever it is, actually, just because I think the attack finishes it. So, just flanking it more, whatever it is. Just making sure there's like a trifecta of us.
That was my inference, was you can move it and then attack again if you wanted to. Yeah.
I assume, anyway, that's it. That's all.
Cool. Alrighty. In which case, Elemental Smoky Boy is going to dash towards you, Nikolai. He's like, no, I didn't. No one's leaving this party just yet. He's like, splendid. You're standing next to the thing I want to set on fire. Let's do that then.
God, it's wet.
Shouldn't have bothered chasing after me. Not a lot of meat on these bones.
It does not, however, have enough movement to be able to catch you and do anything. So it basically just stands next to you, looking a bit, not puffed exactly, but irritated.
In that case, Arthur's giving him the bird. It can't do anything, I'm going to taunt it more.
Yeah, I mean, don't worry, it is very much irritated with you. It moves over to you. It's going to also roll a d6 to see if its Ember Storm recharges. It rolled a 6. It does. But it's an action to use it, so it can't do it this turn. However, it's now standing next to you, and it can do Ember Storm. Which was the area effect thing it did before. Very well. It's now the Mephit's turn. The Mephit is going to do exactly what its Big Daddy did, and move after you as well. In fact, it's actually going to go for Arthur instead. It's like, Dad's got this. And he's going. It's Arthur Eric. It's going to swoop down on Eric, who's busy being a very dangerous person and killing off the Magmin buddies. So yeah, it's going to swoop down on Eric. But again, it's going to use all of its movement to get there. In fact, its speed is only sufficient to get within 15 feet of Eric. It's not actually even there yet. And then we go back to the top of the order. Hey, Kesh, there is a Magmin at the end of the alleyway with, I'll tell you for free, 2 hit points left.
Whoa, criminy. Let's see if I can hit it.
And
Before that, you are in the spirit. So I think you get another heal.
That's true.
Yes, I do.
Do you want me to roll that?
Sure. Sure, healing beam. Make
Hi,
it a
Captain
good one.
Kazi. Good to see you.
That's
That
a
is
4.
3 of the heals
Four.
used.
4 is pretty good.
I'll take it.
I've got 2
And-
more heals left.
I am energized, and I raise my bow and fired an arrow
Very well.
at the Smeggy Bear.
Come on.
An 11.
An 11 does not hit. Kesh, it's like it's like you've been recently nearly killed, and
I
you're
know.
just still in the process of recovering from that.
I just stand there and sigh deeply.
Javier wonders why there's 2 arrows sticking in his fucking.
Yes.
I just keep shooting Javier.
What are
I'm
you
like,
doing?
fuck's sake, get out of the way!
It's in the way. Alrighty, cool. Well, that Kesh, do you do anything else?
I can't really. I don't
Nope.
want to go anywhere.
No, you can. No, it's actually not tall enough, so you can't even see the elemental over the buildings.
You can
well,
go
actually,
inside.
You would be able to see the big smoky elemental beyond Javier. It's you can see Arthur. It's about 70 feet away from you, across past through the alley and then across the square next to the shrine. Arthur and the thing are standing there, but you can see it from where you are. Or you wouldn't have to move very much to be able to see it. But you've shot your load already this turn, so.
I have. I can't do anything except move, and I don't want to move until the path is clear. Because I've been on fire once already in this combat, and that was enough.
And we don't want that. Yeah, no.
No.
All right, so that Magmin that you guys are attacking, it's going to attack Javier again, because it worked so well last time. A 17 on the dice.
That'll do it.
Yes. For a further... Ooh, that was 9 on the dice. Plus... no, it's just that. It's just 9 fire damage. And
Damn.
you are on fire, if you weren't before.
Damn. No, I'm not. I wasn't on fire.
Well, you are now. And the other Magman is going to run towards Arthur, who managed to be faster than it, so it's now about 15 feet away from you, Arthur. But that's like... It's neither here nor there, really, because the Big Daddy is right next to you. Speaking of, Arthur, it's your turn.
All right, yeah. It's right next to me, huh?
It is right next to you.
All right, right.
However, it is worth noting that you can now see.
I can now see. Yes, I will reckless attack.
Yeah.
Get it, Flynn.
So a 14 or a 17.
The 17, does it?
17 does it. All right.
Get him.
The 14
That's
might as well. I haven't told you what his AC is, but the 17 gets it. Yeah.
7 plus 2 rage damage, so 9 damage.
9 damage. Yeah. Look.
I'm gonna whack it with my railway hammer and push it back 5 feet.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna start sprinting away from the shrine and just like bait it away now.
Which direction are
use
you
my
going?
little-
Like further away? Are you heading in the direction you were running before, so you're not heading towards your friends?
No, I'm gonna head away from the magmin and the smoke method.
Very well. So yeah, you knock the boy back 5 feet. You knock some hit points off him as well. And yeah, you run 30 feet.
I'll do my bonus action wing flap to propel myself up and then glide a little bit away so I can get 45 feet.
Sure. All right. You do that. Yeah. Cool.
Nice.
You get 45 feet. It is now 50 feet away from you because you knocked it back 5 feet. And the Magmin is another 15 feet behind that, so 65 feet away from you. So yeah. he's not going to be able to catch up with you this turn. Eric, there is a smoke method bearing down on you. There is a badly injured magmin right next to Javier. What do you do? It's flanked.
First,
Well,
I'm going to
Thank you.
use my bonus action to move my healing spirit onto me.
fair. Kesh has had enough.
I get 3 back, which is something.
Yep.
And then I'm going to finish off this last little fellow.
Red hot little fellow.
Well, he's dying down by the looks
That's
of
true.
it.
He is. He's not liquid hot anymore.
Look, I don't even need the advantage, but
No, you don't.
Oh shit!
No, you don't.
dirty
Nice.
20, baby.
Filthy 20, it explodes.
Oh.
Deck saves, Javier and Eric. These little landmines are so good. 8 if you fail. Javier did. Eric does not. Eric makes it. So 4 for Eric and 8 for Javier. Fire damage.
Damn.
Also, Javier, yeah, you are ignited.
I was already
you
ignited.
You were already ignited. You're both ignited currently. So
So hot.
Ooh,
yeah, Eric.
actually,
That was your
need
bonus
1d6
action to move
fire
the thing.
damage.
Oh yeah. I will just roll it. Just for speed. 4. Eric.
4 damage.
Yeah, you take 4 damage for the past dexterity check, yes, and yeah, you've used your bonus action to move your healing spirit, and yeah, what do you do now?
What
Yeah,
are my
movement,
movement
basically.
options?
So there is a smoke method 15 feet away from you, bearing down on you. There is the big fiery boy is standing right next to the shrine in the center of town. He is 50 feet away from Arthur, and looking quite intent on killing Arthur, to be honest.
Okay.
That's
all
the
right.
only 2... Oh, and there's a magmin a bit of a ways behind him. 15 feet behind the smoke element.
Looks like Arthur's struggling with the big boy near the shrine. Maybe we should go help him. I say to my friends, and I have 30 feet of movement, so I'm going to head in that direction, skirt around the smoky boy that's coming towards me.
Oh, you don't
It's
have to.
15.
He's behind you if you're heading in that direction.
Oh, great.
Are you heading towards Arthur? Or
Yes.
towards the... Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, you do that. You probably get to within about 20 feet of Arthur. Oh, no. You have 40 feet of Arthur.
Okay.
Diagonal.
And for what it's worth, my healing spirit is now vacated if either of you want
Stand in the
to
last.
hop on it. Yeah.
Very well. That's valid because next it's Javier.
I take damage for being on fire still,
You
right?
do. 6. Sorry.
So yes, I did 3 rolls for concentration, and I failed. So Bane's gone.
The Bane is gone. Fair enough.
Right. So what do I see?
So it's as the smoke clears from the explosion of the final magmin that was next to you guys. Yeah, there is a smoke method bearing down on you. He's about 20 feet away from you. There is a magmin about 65 feet away, and the smoke elemental is about 50 feet away, right in the middle of the square next to the shrine that you just wetted.
Okay. Well, for the smoke method, I'm going to send my spiritual weapon straight up, drill him in the face.
Very
do
nice.
Do that first.
18 hits, palpable hit. For 10 damage, very nice. Smoke method takes 10 damage. And yeah, is sort of its movement is checked by this thing. The spiritual weapon doesn't get reaction attacks, right?
No, it also it doesn't really die either. So it's just there.
No, there's that. Basically what it means is it can't attack it.
No.
Yeah.
It doesn't occupy doesn't take
A
up space.
space.
I've
Yeah.
done this before. It's like I wish
Yeah.
it did. That'd be great, but no.
Yeah, wouldn't it be useful? Yeah.
And then kind of just immediately after it's like hit, and it's kind of blasted back. I do the and no wait, sorry, the it's all the dead.
Nice.
So wisdom save for the method.
A wisdom save from the method. 4 on the dice probably isn't going to do it. Plus nothing. Yep.
Okay, so it takes 2d12. I'm kidding, 1d12.
1d12 is potentially enough.
We'll give it a go.
Do we see? Big money, no whammies. 6. It's not nothing, but it's not what you needed. It's not healthy though. It's a lot of the smoke has sort of wisped away a little bit. Yeah, it's not healthy, but it's still quite angry, and it's 20 feet away from you.
Well, I'm just gonna go that way.
Fine.
No, okay. No, I'm not gonna go that way. I'm going to
There is a vacated healing spirit.
Is it vacated?
Yes.
Well, I'd go to that, yeah.
Go and stand in the healing spirit. It's where Eric was.
Okay,
So-
well, it's fine.
Yep. You do that. Eric, do you give him a final healing spirit? 3. There you go.
Cool.
And
Thank you very much.
if that's the end of your turn,
That is it.
then you
Just kind
take
of-
some fire damage, 2 fire damage for being on fire.
Cool.
So you get 1 total for this. Hey, look, nothing. Cool. And now it's the 2 Smoky Boys. Big Smoky Boy first is going to run after Arthur. You recklessly attacked it, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
However, it has disadvantage to attack anything that isn't you anyway,
Yes.
but advantage on attacking you. Is that the way this
Because
works?
my reckless,
Yeah. Alrighty.
Can I catch him?
A 7 and an 8. Its movement is 50 feet.
Oh.
A 7 and an 8, however, plus
Wait,
6.
Didn't you hit
14?
it? Didn't you hit it back 5 feet?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
Ran.
45 feet.
45, so I only, 50 feet away.
He made it 50
14
feet.
is my armor class.
Oh no! And it doesn't have Bane anymore, I'm afraid, because we lost
Yeah, no.
concentration. I was like, oh, an 8 might be shit enough to not hit. Alright, some fire damage. Oh wow, again, not very good. 3 plus 3, 6 fire damage. Please make a con save.
Still standing.
I'm
Oh.
still standing. Con save, please, Nikolai.
15.
You pass.
Hey,
You're wise to this whole smoke business now.
I can see my death in full vision now. 2020.
Yeah, you got the DC as well. Cool. It makes another attack. Come on, super low. An 18, no, a 13 or a 15. Sorry. It multi attacks you. So it's going to do that again. A further 8.
I'm down.
Arthur drops.
Alpha! No!
It's fire damage, unfortunately. It's actually 11. It's done its move and its attack, so that's that. And now the smoke method is going to go for Javier because it doesn't like that Javier shot it.
Okay.
Or used the spiritual weapon on it. So it's going to swoop at you. It's not happy at all, but it's then smoke method.
Come at me.
Law. Yep. A +4 to hit on a straight natural 1. So
That's right.
nothing.
That's what I thought.
It looks a little intimidated by you, actually. It gets to within about 5 feet, and it looks at your eyes, and you get the distinct impression it doesn't want to be friends. Kesh, At the end of the alleyway, you can see Javier facing off against a smoke method. The smoke elemental is not in your line of sight.
This is your moment.
So the only thing you can see is the smoke method. But if you move down the alleyway again, and you've got 20 hit points now, you're not on fire. You could move to the end of the alleyway and shoot the thing that just dropped Arthur that you don't know did that. You might have heard a
He fucking got me.
Yeah, that's
Kesh,
how Arthur would
avenge
express it.
me.
Avenge me, Hemp Knight.
Ghostman.
You want to shoot the thing that you're really good at hurting, or you want to shoot
Yeah.
the other thing?
I want to shoot the thing I'm really good at hurting. Not that I've actually managed to fucking hit anything.
So it'll be you're due for a hit.
I am due for a hit, but that don't mean shit.
What's your action?
Okay.
You can move to a point, I would say, that you're not like next to the smoke method, which Javier might be about to deal with anyway with his spiritual weapon. But you could
I
see
think
the
I
smoke
will-
elemental.
If Javier has like left the alleyway we were in, I feel like my first thing I would do would be to run to the end of the alleyway to get the lay of the land.
Javier is standing about 10 feet away from the end of the alleyway. But yeah, you would be able to see him get to the end of the alleyway, but not actually be in threat with anything. At the end of the alleyway, you can see Javier and the smoke method, and the smoke method is like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, like, maybe we should be friends. I don't really, like, your eyes are very upsetting." But it's saying all of this in Oran, in Ignean, so you can't understand it. You have a sort of vague idea that it's maybe, it sounds a bit like it might be pleading for its life. You also see Arthur just drop, as the big smoky elemental takes a couple of swipes at it. That is about 70, 80 feet away.
Yes, with
And
that
then there's-
information, I would. Oh,
And then about 60 feet away, there is a magmin, but it's a decent distance.
okay.
Where's Eric with all
And
of
Eric is sort of in a diagonal line between you and Arthur, about 30 feet away from Kesh.
Right. I feel with that information gained, I would definitely shoot at the big guy.
Very well. Shoot the big guy.
Just
Hi,
as a
Samuel.
tiny. Hey, Samuel. Hi.
Our very first ever subscriber.
Hey.
You too could be like Thamio and subscribe to our channel.
As a tiny sidebar, because you said that Javier's eyes were scary. So when I was making the Javier Merry
I mean,
Christmas merch,
is there not? Are they not?
they are scary. But when I was making it, I used like a website to try and get a PNG without the background on it, and I accidentally removed Javier's
The pupils. Yes.
So it had completely black eyes, and it's terrifying. I've corrected it now, so your Javier merch will have actual eyes on it. You're welcome. Oh, fuck off!
Oh, that's bull.
I can't hit anything.
Surely advantage because she's avenging a fallen ally, right?
I don't know. Oh, Ethelid, thank you for the sub, buddy. That was somewhat tongue-in-cheek. A heavy hype for more Ethelid. Tell you what, more Ethelid, can you roll me? ! Roll space 2 in chat. Kesh, pick highs or lows?
Lows.
Lows. More Ethelid, if you could type ! Roll space 2. Because if you roll a 1, Kesh will get advantage on the shot. Celebrate your subscription. Hype train close.
Hey!
Yes,
One.
yes!
That is
Fucking
appropriate.
legend!
That is
Chat
the
looking at
appropriate response to that. And that is the dice saying, no,
I'm so
you miss.
sorry. I tried so hard.
I have 4 arrows in.
Keep shooting, Javier! I feel this is a really appropriate moment to let everyone know what t-shirt I'm wearing today. And see if you can work out what word is hidden in my t-shirt. It's very appropriate right now. That's as close as you get to a thirst trap on this channel right now.
Whoa.
Speak for yourself.
All right, that's that's my go. I can't do anything else.
Yeah, alrighty. I am going to something very quickly.
Don't you have a grenade?
I need some grenades.
That doesn't do anything.
It wouldn't do anything to this guy, no.
No, it wouldn't do anything.
I
now
need some
it's-
bonus actions.
Now it's the Magman's turn. So. There we go. Oh shit. That does that. Yeah, anybody who contributes to the hype train it gets time to earn exclusive emotes. And Spina, have a sub, buddy. Cool. We will go now to the Magmans. And I say Magmans plural, there's only one Magman left. The Magman comes over and nibbles someone's bum. The one it is closest to would be Javier, actually. It's going to run the full 60 feet to Javier, but it doesn't get to attack you because it takes that long. Thamio! Jesus. Thamio, you bloody legend! Thank you so much, Thamio. What a champion. Hype, hype, hype. Hypes in chat. Happy hypes in chat. That is a hype train level 1 completed. That's our first hype train on the channel. Oh. I remember my first hype train like it was today. Alrighty.
But will we remember it tomorrow?
Caramel Chameleon. Caramel Martian. Oh, I misread that.
Caramel chameleon.
Caramel
Time for a
Martian
name
is
change.
still good. Alrighty. Cool. Sorry. That Magman did that. Then it's... Oh dear. It's Arthur's turn. Arthur, make me a death save. Oh no. Oh no.
Thingy. Alright. D20.
Oh dear.
A 12.
A 12! Yeah, that's all good. Hi, Kai Raven. Nice to see you. Alrighty, that's good. You're unconscious next to the Smoky Boy, but otherwise, not too bad yet. Eric, you are about, I think I said 40, 50 feet away from Arthur.
And how far from the smoke elemental?
Pretty much the same.
Cool. Okay. First order of business, I'm gonna put myself out.
Good call. Good call. Because that cumulative fire damage really can kill you.
Yeah.
It did,
I've
Arthur.
got 6 health left.
Yep.
Then I'm going to... You said I'm 40 feet away from Arthur?
Yeah, probably 45 actually, but yes.
Okay. I'm going to get within 15 feet of him.
Uh-huh.
And... Oh, actually, let me double check the range. I think actually... No, that's fine. Where I am, I'm going to use my last second level spell slot to do another healing spirit.
Nice. On Arthur? Good call.
Yep.
Good call. All I can do is cram berries into his unconscious mouth, which feels like a bad idea.
And it's going to take you quite a while to get over there and do that anyway, so...
Peg them at him.
Yeah. Just hope.
All right, then.
I'm actually not certain of when this spell is supposed to take effect. It says for the first time
When they move into its space.
when a creature moves into it or starts its turn there.
Well,
So
let's start his turn.
Yeah, I think it started his turn. Which is probably for the
okay.
best, because you want to wait until after the elemental buggers off.
yeah, it just means we've been doing it wrong so far, but that's okay.
Okay. Speaking of things we've been doing wrong, I read the wildfire elemental spirit thing. You can teleport more than one person with it.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
I've only ever had one person within range of it to do so. Yeah.
You could have,
Yes.
when you were Flight of the Valkyriesing, you could have teleported both of yourselves, is the trick. And I was only moving one of you with it.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah. Okay. That's my action and my bonus action. So I'm 45 feet away from the big boy.
Same effort.
And how far away am I from the Magman?
The Magman is right next to Javier, who would be If you have you moved at all?
Not yet. I'm just
Okay, right.
deciding where I want to
In
move
which
to.
case, yeah, you're about 20 feet away from the Magmin, which is next to Javier, and about 20 feet away from the Steam Method, which is also next to Javier. I believe. In fact, probably more like 30 feet, because I think you ran directly away from the point he's standing in, which is where your last thing was. Your last healing spirit, so it'd be 30 feet exactly.
Look, I'm going to move back. I want to move maybe 10 feet away from the big boy.
Yep.
So if that puts me a bit closer to Kesh and Javier, then that's great.
Fair.
Oh, by the way, I've been neglecting to mention it, but Firebird has been out this whole time.
Yeah.
And has been moving.
Yeah.
So at the moment, it's probably just kind of circling Arthur's body like a like a fiery vulture.
Get away! Mine! Yeah. Oh, level 2 hype train, and we received a hype train emote. Oh, thank you so much, Thamior. Amazing. Such strong support. I cannot agree more. Thamior, you bloody legend. And gifted agent number 1. I'm sure he'll be very grateful. That's very, very cool of you. And we get puppy emotes. We had a husky.
Ooh.
Nice.
Lovely. Good job on that.
Puppies.
Thank you, everybody, who contributed to the hype train. That was really cool of you. We appreciate the heck out of it. And I think with that number of gift subs, it means we can actually get a second. We can get a second emote because we have to have 15 subs. So let me just check that quickly. But and I will do it later when we're currently playing D&D. Right. So Eric, that was you, and I'm very happy with it. It sounds great. Anything else you would like to do?
I'm happy.
Very well. I feel happy. Javier, do you feel happy?
I feel happy.
Yeah. You have a thing that you can attack with as a bonus action and put yourself out as an action, which would be smart.
Hey, don't tell me what to do. I know.
Fair.
Yes. So. I will. Interesting. If I was to create rain again.
Yes. Ooh, it would be very unpleasant for it. It would also put it out. It would put you out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And if you did it in an area around yourself, I would allow you, because this is very much, it allows you to choose quite a bit about it. I would allow you to, if you wanted to make it more concentrated area around yourself, you could extend the duration. It's a neat utility spell, so I'd allow you to up the duration to 3 rounds, but decrease the amount of gallons per round, sort of thing.
Okay.
We have another raid, Monsters and Mayhem. Thank you so much for the raid. Pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for the raid, Monsters and Mayhem. Raid emotes up in chat. We are, I believe you raided us last week, and we're still fighting the same battle we did then. Turns
One
out
of us
this
is
one's
still
a
on
tough one.
fire.
And some of you are still alive. We're doing super great. Thank you so much for the raid. Raiders, chat, please go and check out Monsters and Mayhem. They sound like fun peeps. We don't get to go and raid them because they always stream before us. So, Javier, your thoughts?
Man, I better save it for healing. I am. No, because I might just end up on fire anyway. I am going to see. Do the steam ones explode? Do I remember that?
The smoke ones. Yes. But it's a different kind of one. It's more like cloud of smoke. It does take a little bit. There's poison. You would remember.
Right. That's right. Yeah. Cool. All right. And when the magmins explode, do they ignite you?
If you fail the save.
Okay. All right. I'm going to.
However, it's worth noting that the magmin is within 5 feet of the method.
So
And
would it
wouldn't
do
be-
damage to it?
Wouldn't be immune to some of the effects of the explosion.
It wouldn't be immune.
Wouldn't. It is immune to some, but not all.
No, I'm gonna have to take it. Take it safe. Take it safe. I'm first going to attack with the spiritual weapon on the steam.
Yep.
Yeah, on the steam one. Yeah,
Method.
gonna do it. Gonna do it.
Do it. $24. Yep, that's where all the good rolls are going, Kesh.
I hate
Yep,
you.
hits. Don't roll a... Yeah, got it. In fact, I think anything would have got it. It explodes.
For those who just arrived, I have not landed a single attack yet.
But you are very healthy compared to everybody else. And fresh out of spell slots, I believe, so you can't heal anybody. Except for those good berries that you got. Great,
Yep.
it explodes. Javier and... I don't think Kesh is close enough to need to do it, but the Mephit and Javier need to make a Constitution save. The Magmin, rather. The Magmin makes it on the dice.
What do I need?
A 12 makes it 2. Very good. You both make it. Or take 1d4 fire damage and be poisoned for 1 minute. You don't take either of those things, apparently.
Cool.
You don't inhale this nasty smoke, nor do you become poisoned. Neither of you do, unfortunately. It could have been poisoned. It can't be set on fire, obviously.
Cool. So at the moment, is the Magmin in front of me hurt at all?
No, it doesn't seem it. This is the one that was busy at the other end of town.
Right. Cool.
The new arrival.
That's cool. I am actually going to...
This is a good one. I've never used this battle music before. This is Blood Feast battle music. It's quite like heavy on the organ. I love things that are heavy on the organ. Don't
the
you
jokes just write themselves.
chuckle at me, Karen Schlink.
How far away is the big dude again?
Big boy is 70, 80 feet. Let's say 70 feet. He's about to get a whole lot closer.
I can't hold a channel divinity, can I?
I wouldn't say no. I'd allow a channel divinity held action. It's a held action.
I'm actually because I would have seen Arthur go down, like regardless of the healing.
Yeah.
So I'm like in one quick motion, I would like send the spirit and ignore the Magmin and actually just run towards the smoky dude.
Very well. So you are not disengaging?
No.
Oh, alrighty. A 4 on the dice doesn't hit you, I imagine.
No. So and I run my full speed.
Yep.
And kind of not past Eric, but kind of like
You get to him, basically.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't want to be like next to him, but I kind of want to be like...
You could be on a diagonal or a little bit away from him. Yeah.
Yeah. That like that. And then I'm holding my symbol, like getting ready as it kind of would turn towards us, I guess.
Sure.
Getting ready to channel my divinity.
Are you intending to be intimidating, like to gain its attention at all?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I would have like yelled out towards it.
Very well. If you would like to, you can make an intimidation check to determine whether or not it's still that it's going to come towards you. Like it's cross with both of you, all of you at this point. You've killed almost all of its friends.
I'll give out an elk cry. Do you know what how an elk sounds?
Yes, sort of this angry honk. Almost.
You told us to Google it, and it was traumatizing.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much that. But
sounds like a hunting horn, doesn't it? Really.
It kind of sounds like a whale.
Sounds like the ring wraiths from Lord of the Rings is what it sounds like.
Yeah. It does. It does.
Okay.
Hang on.
I don't know. Whales sound nothing alike.
I know.
Right.
I'm really struggling to remember. So I assumed moose sounded like a hollow, like a tubular horn sort of situation.
Like a
Yeah, that sort of thing. Like a car horn in slow motion.
Wait.
If I Google it, then I can pump it through streams sound.
Come on.
soothing sounds of nature.
Make the noise. I see what you mean. It does sound like a whale. I'll give you that.
I was gonna say that sounds like a ring wraith.
Yeah.
I think
It's
it sounds
like
less like a
terrifying.
ring wraith than a. What it really sounds like is like a creaky hinge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You screech like an old door opening.
It sounds. Honestly, it sounds like how our shower door sometimes sounds in early morning. Like when you're trying to
so
be
it's-
super quiet because your partner hasn't woken up yet. That.
Yeah, and then the shower door's just like,
I thought
like
it
that.
seemed like a drunk girl yelling at a concert, but
That
it's
that as well.
It's a mixture of
I've
all
only
those.
had 4 vodka lime sodas. I could totally have another.
It's like how they created the T-Rex sound for Jurassic Park, where they
Yeah.
blended like lions and crocodiles and everything, except it's it's just white
of those
girls and
things.
shower screens and whales.
and a whale.
Yeah,
Cool.
That.
You do that.
Cool.
Make me an intimidation check, please, Javier.
All right.
an audio chimera, I think they call that.
Yeah, fair. I'll pay that.
that's a good
Straight
term.
up 20.
I like.
You are rolling well
Oh,
today,
shit.
Javier. It's like you. It turns around and hears this noise, like a. It turns around when it hears a noise like a shower door being angrily and slowly closed, and it turns and narrows its eyes at you. And this is actually more of a Jurassic Park 2 reference. It was like you. One word, but Jeff Goldblum fans will notice it. Cool. Alrighty, we go to anything else. You've got your held. What is the condition that will trigger your channel finish?
The condition is pretty much when as soon as I see one of my friends about to attack it, I will use my channel divinity. It is Path to the Grave, essentially, where it pinpoints a weakness or something or other to cause double damage.
Nice. Hey, Kesh, you're the next person who gets to attack.
Does it help me hit, or does it only do shit if I hit?
It doesn't dissipate if you miss. Like it's the next damage that's done to it.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
This is the one.
I mean,
This is the one
in
we-
fairness, it will be Kesh will be up next. But before that, it is going to swoop directly towards you, Javier. It's going to swoop the full 70 feet. It is slightly bigger than you. Not actually that much. It's only a large creature. But you're 7 foot tall. It's like 12.
Then
Yeah,
I might use it just when it runs towards me. Then I guess, like
Oh.
instead of, I would just kind of.
It's, yeah, it really doesn't enjoy the whole thing. It is. If you ran 30 feet towards it, it would be able to get to you and attack you. I suppose
Alright.
is the trick. So it's gonna do that. In fact, what it's gonna do, because you and how close to Eric would you want to be?
Like 15 feet away. Like
Cool.
How close do you want to be? Just feels like a loaded question, given all the
It is
explosions
going
that have
to
been
run
happening
towards you
around
guys,
us.
and it is going to use its Ember Storm effect. Please, both of you, make Dex saves.
all right,
Yeah.
cool.
Not grand. That's that. Yeah, you burned all the good ones.
Yeah,
Come on,
same.
Eric. Oh,
Ah!
yeah, you're both taking 3d6 fire damage.
Hey,
When this
this could be it.
downpour of white hot embers that affects a 30-foot radius centered on the thing's self. It is positioned itself so it catches the pair of you. Oh dear, 2 1s and a 5. 7 fire damage all up. That is well below the average.
Hey,
Well,
Okay.
that could have been a lot worse.
hey.
So here's the thing. I have
Eric
6
down?
health left.
Now or
Oh
before that?
no.
I am going to, before that. So I've been waiting for the time. I've been like, I need to wait for more damage. No, now's the
Wild
time.
shape?
I'm going to cast Absorb Elements
Nice.
to give myself
Ooh.
resistance to that damage.
Good call. Taking
So I
3.
think that was 3. Yep.
Yep. And you have now 3 fire damage to do to it next time, I guess.
Cool. You can light a candle.
I might not have
Woo!
saved it until that late.
Yeah, well, you know, I was waiting for a big moment.
Fortunately,
That's
it
my
doesn't
last
set
spell
you
slot.
on fire. Ah, cool. Valid, good point to use it. You can wild shape, right?
Sure. Not that Eric knows that, but yes.
Oh, sure, that's true.
Oh.
That's interesting. Alrighty. Very well. In which case, that's its turn. The smoke method's dead. The magman doesn't get to go yet. So next it's Kesh. There is a thing cast on it. It's the only really big threat left, except for the magman that's standing about 10 feet away from you that Javier just ran away from.
I just made my concentration save, by the way.
Con save. You passed it. Great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. For the
I
healing
would
throw.
like to shoot her.
Shoot her!
I'm getting the impression that that's what I should do. However, I cannot guarantee that I will hit.
Look. Give it a go. You are the one who is potentially the best at this, potentially.
I believe in you.
Fucking what?
Believe in me.
Oh,
What the
I'm not
fuck?
even using real dice. I can't even be bad at the dice.
Hey
It's
Karen, get
literally
your real
additional
dice.
net.
This is absolute horseshit. You don't miss 6 shots in a row. Because you've got a
Statistically, it's
plus
possible.
6.
Oh, I know. Right, what am I rolling to hit? I'm going to use. I'm going to use my lovely special D20.
Yeah, well, you do that.
Show it on the webcam.
If it was a big money, we'd have heard.
yeah. The silence is the answer.
Can you read it?
No, is it? It looks like a single digit.
It's at 6.
A 6 plus 6 is 12, which is more than you got the first time. I just think you're not going to hit this guy. You miss. That's
Apparently, being flamed really affected my
5
efficacy.
arrows.
5 arrows in that.
Just got a quiver stuck in your rack now.
I wonder if Kesh
the
is like.
pegboard.
I wonder if Kesh is like Scan, like famously an archer, but only famously, not actually very good at it. Like, Scan is famously a harpooner. He has only hit one thing ever once with a harpoon.
I don't want to get close to anything because it'll explode and kill me, but I can't hit it from a distance because I can't shoot for shit with a +6. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's horseshit. All right, never mind. And you don't get any bonuses to attack with your with it being your favorite enemy.
No, I need to fucking roll with advantage, and nothing will give it to me if I hit
Well,
him.
you've been
He's-
you the last 2 you have rolled with advantage.
I know.
Arthur, the next person to attack this thing gets double damage. You cop a healing spirit.
I cop a healing. How much heals do I get?
1d6.
1d6.
Come on, Eric. Like, this would have been over by now if Kesh had hit
I know.
all of her shots.
That's 3.
3. Eric, Arthur, you feel 3 better, which is significantly more than you felt before.
Do I wake up in like a storm of fiery feathers?
No, yes. Yes, you do.
I
They
think
all
Arthur
look
just,
identical to the one on Eric's cheek.
Arthur just wakes up. He's like, "All right, yeah, I've finally gone and died and went to hell. Suppose I better just rest in now and just."
Get up! I keep missing.
Arthur! Get up!
Shooter!
Get up!
Shooter!
Fuck. All right, Arthur will pick himself up. He doesn't. I don't have enough movement with getting up from prone to get to the thing, do I?
No, not unless
Can
you
I
dash,
just
and I don't
fucking
endorse doing that.
Can I heave my railway hammer with a reckless attack?
What about your javelins?
What about your javelins? Things that are actually designed to be thrown.
Yeah, but this is cooler.
I will allow it. If it's reckless, then yeah, you will only get a straight to hit rather than an advantage to hit, because this is not something that's designed to be done. But I
Worth-
love the idea.
worth the gamble. Just like
Particularly
double.
as it's not attacking you right now. So if you clock it in the head, yeah.
Big
All
money.
right.
Big
Big
money.
money.
Double-handed overhead throw.
Yeah.
This massive fucking hammer. Nat 20.
I mean, and that's the dice agreeing. This is perfect as well because double
Not
damage
worthy.
on the double damage.
Double damage on quadruple damage.
Quadruple damage.
Fuck.
So
Yes. Yeah.
9, 6, and then
Yes.
6, 6.
So wait, so you got 9 from the first, but that's just the hit, and then you doubled that. Then
Do you add rage damage?
15.
I'm not raging. I've run out.
Oh.
Oh yeah, no.
So a total of
Why have
20...
Why have you done 3d6? Why have you done 66?
66. Have
No.
I done 6?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
So do you have brutal
whoops,
critical?
Apologies.
Yeah,
Apologies.
it's 15.
So 30 damage.
Oh no, I apologize. It's 15, which doubles. Yeah, 30.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty decent.
Apparently,
15.
almost dying was really good for Arthur's like focus
Yeah.
and intention.
That's a lot.
I haven't hit anything
Arthur's
since
just
I
gonna
nearly
get-
died.
You mess with the yonk, you get the bonk. The hammer.
And I'm like, yes.
Surrounded by all of these feathers.
Yeah. Yeah, you're still standing in it, but you are now disarmed. Your hammer is about
Still
40,
got these.
40 feet away from you. And you've still got those and a couple of javelins. And I imagine you're holding your javelins in your hands where your middle fingers are. Giving him
Wolverine.
enormous Wolverine javelin claws. Alrighty. Do you move or do you stay where you are and cop some more healing?
I must stay here.
Okay.
I'm only 3 hit points.
Yeah, you're not great. Eric, it's your turn. You are about 10 feet away from this big boy.
Oh, actually, also, side note, attacks against it have advantage now because I crit with my Crusher feat ability.
Love it. You did that.
Holy shit! Maybe
yeah,
I'll hit it.
Maybe Arthur has. Yeah, I think Arthur's the only person who's critted, and he's done it twice in this campaign yet. It is actually the Magmin's turn. The Magmin is going to attack Kesh because she's standing right there.
Right.
Gets a 2, so don't worry about it. But it's now standing next to you. I just don't want you to forget that he's there.
I've moved.
And no fire. You can still shoot the big guy. Just ignore it. It's not hurting you. Eric, it's your turn.
Yet.
Okay. Have I observed the big boy damaging people who attack it in melee?
Yes.
So, as in,
Just
not. As in,
has a
splashing
melee
damage
attack.
back? No. So, if people attack it in melee, do they. We've fought some things that kind of explode back.
Yeah. I don't know if you've observed it, but it did happen.
Okay. Well, if I haven't observed it, then I'm going to go for it. I'm going to flank around behind this elemental for what it's worth. We have advantage anyway.
Yeah.
And Primal Savagery with
Very
my
well.
3 hit points.
Oh, so good. Love it, Eric.
Everyone's
That's
just
a-
busy being badasses.
25.
to hit. Yes. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Nice.
Acid.
8
8
acid
damage.
damage.
Is it just straight up 1d10 and no adds? No additions?
Correct.
Okay. 8 acid damage. It takes... Oh. Let me just check its resistances.
May as well roll the advantage, see if you get a crit.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That's fair. Yeah.
Nope.
Dang. Worth a shot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Still pretty good. It takes 8 damage. Eric, rather, sorry. Make me a con save, please.
Okay.
Even if you fail it, it might not kill you.
5?
Nope. But it does take. It only gives you 3 necrotic damage.
No.
I drop. That's exactly my hit points.
Yeah. Sorry, I rolled it and got lower than average. And yeah, you're at disadvantage to attack, but that doesn't really matter. Yeah, you're unconscious at its feet. It goes like, oh, okay.
For the record, I will yell and do something heroic.
Please do. What do you say?
We're gonna send you back to where you came from, you smoky lad.
I love him. Cool. You do that, and it's probably the massive inhalation of breath when you summon up all your rage and hatred and then say "lad." That in fact inhales a huge amount of smoke and ash from its form, and that's what knocks you unconscious as you scratch at it, and you sort of just drop. And next,
For the record, the spell has dropped.
Yeah.
Noted. Unfortunate. Javier, it's your turn.
Okay.
There's an Eric lying on the floor next to you.
Is he next to me?
He's about 10 feet away from you, around the side of this big dude.
Could I skirt to
Yeah,
get
without
to him?
disengaging, yeah, you could totally do that.
Well, I'm gonna do it at the same time of attacking with the spiritual weapon, just to kind of like diversion.
Yeah.
While
you
I
can bring
kind of-
your spiritual weapon over 30 feet and then smack it.
Yeah.
Yep. Do that.
Yep.
Spiritual weapon is very, very handy.
Yeah.
17. Let me just check this. Yes. 8.
And
Radiant.
I'm gonna use my
Now
last
we're getting some.
second level spell to run up and like kind of do a cartwheel over him in my big horns as I'm like, your time is not now, and like handspring up and standing again after just flushing entirely. Like it's kind of looks evil when he heals. No, I'm not gonna lie. You're not really sure if I'm killing him or like, yeah. Anyway, it's like, you've done well, little one, and push him up. So I pump. You heal 20 health.
Shit.
Damn.
What are you
I
using?
don't cure wounds.
On Eric,
Dave clerics, baby.
Grave cleric.
Grave Cleric.
and this is on Eric.
Yeah.
That's on Eric.
Wow, thank you.
That's
Hot
awesome.
damn.
If you go down to 0 hit points and I heal you, you heal the maximum amount.
That's amazing. That's really cool. Welcome, Agent. Nice to see you. Cool. Alrighty. Yeah. Well. It's gonna be its turn now. It is aware that Eric is Eric is unconscious as far as it's concerned. So Javier is its primary goal at this point. So it is going to make. It's going to firstly see if it recharges its thing. It does not. So it's going to make 2 touch attacks at Javier. It does not have advantage. So the first is a nat 1. And the second is a 7 + 6, 13, Javier. God, it's probably the cartwheel. It's just like, come here, get back.
It does have a pine cone drilling in its anus.
Yeah, there is also that. Yeah, it's giving it. You're giving it a second anus with a pine cone drill.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
The old pine cone anus.
Oh no, my second anus. And I
Pine
think-
cone anus.
So we will go. We will go for a quick break. I think we've been streaming for about an hour and a half. We will have a quick break. We will be back in about 5 minutes, guys. We're just gonna recharge ourselves, and we'll be back very shortly. Don't go anywhere. We will be back to finish off this 2-anused beast. Say goodbye, everybody. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for hanging around. I just put the Happy Merry Christmas up in on top of the thing again because it's fun. Yeah, welcome back to Corsair's Cove. Thank you for sticking around. We are in mid-battle still. This one's gone for a while. If only our players could freaking hit anything. In fairness, it's not all of you. It's right. Okay, so let us continue. And in fact, speaking of people who can't hit shit, Kesh, top of the order.
Okay. Great.
You have a magmin right next to you, or
Excellent.
the thing that's got all of your bonuses to damage, standing about 35 feet away, in between two of your good buddies. One who is cartwheeling around it irritatingly, and the other who is like just lying on the floor, looks like he just got knocked out.
Do you have advantage to hit it?
You do have advantage to hit it.
Well, this is the nat 20. You got it.
So,
on,
for those of you playing at home, I have gone and got my sharp dice, the ones that could literally kill people, in the hope that that I can metaphorically kill people.
Alrighty, Karen. Do it.
Oh, I love these dice so much. 14, and it's with advantage.
Plus
Can I get
6.
better? 15 plus
Plus
6.
6.
21. There we go. Alright, so
Finally.
roll the damage.
1 hour, 45 minutes.
Roll the damage online though.
Yeah, hang on.
Is that your first hit tonight?
Yes.
Yes.
I was going to say my spiritual weapon has done like 3 times the amount of damage that you've done.
Hey,
Max damage on the dice.
Max damage on the now we are plus 2d6s from the other things that you do to it.
Yes.
Hey.
Potentially
Yeah,
another
mark
12.
on it
Come
as well.
on, another 4.
Another
16. 16. That's still like good.
4. Hey, I hit something.
Yeah. We will
The
take it.
redemption arc is complete.
Now I'm probably just gonna get killed by the guy next to me, but you
Look,
know.
I'm not saying you're not going to get killed by the thing next to you because it's its turn unless you move, which would be stupid.
Yeah, the opportunity attack. I'm not going anywhere.
All right.
I'm just gonna
it
shoot
attacks
its
you.
big buddy and then be like, what?
It's like no, you fine. I mean, but it rolled a 5.
It flails helplessly at my majesty.
Slap fight. Okay, then we go to Arthur. You're at 3 hit points and you're down a great hammer.
And I'm down a great hammer. Okay.
Javelin.
Arthur's gonna.
He actually means shoot Kesh because she's so terrible.
He's
Don't
gonna
see how that would
sprint
help.
towards the smoky boy, the smoky lad, should I say?
Yes.
And he's going to use his wing flap ability to
Get some height.
jump up and fly into the air. And he's just going to latch onto whatever is of the thing's face and give the help action to Eric.
Okay. I mean, doesn't
just
everybody
try,
have
like, blind
advantage,
it
or
as
is it
much
just
as
that one
possible?
turn?
What was that, sorry?
Doesn't everyone have advantage?
It ends now.
Oh,
Yeah, so
okay.
it ends when it gets back to my turn.
Very well. In which case, yeah, you give advantage to the next person to attack it. I mean, it's flanked, but sure.
No, I like this image. Don't
Yeah,
ruin
I
the
love
image.
it.
This is
Look at
great.
this angry goose holding onto its smoky face. Make me an athletics check, Arthur, please.
I can do that. It was like sitting on the 16 and then it rolled over to the 3.
Oh.
Yeah, don't worry, it's a digital randomizer. It's just an image. It's not actually a real dice.
It fucked me
predetermined it.
regardless.
Yeah.
Is that meant to make us feel better?
No, it's just like, oh, it was almost a thing. I was like, I love it when people say that. It's a randomizer. It wasn't almost anything. Cool. You got 9. This is really just for flavor. You distracted by your actions by jumping
I'm
up
like
and leaping
spin wrap.
partially through it.
Okay.
You sort of fall through it. Through its semi-corporeal form, and it goes like, wow, what the heck is going on there? And yeah, it has...
Can I slowly be just like falling through it, like trying to
'cause you're
clamber on and
beating
just
your
slowly
wings
sinking?
to try and stay up, and it's like, stop it! I'm only semi-corporeal. Stop gusting
tickles!
away bits of me. It feels weird. Yeah, you do that. and because you didn't hurt it at all, you don't have to deal with its effect, which was smart of you. A creature that touches the elemental. Con save, please, Arthur.
Don't you know that we never really truly touch anything? Our molecules are such that
Yeah.
It's semi-corporeal, so I'm only really semi-touching it.
Yeah. Well, then you can make me a con save.
A 24.
Yeah, you're fine. You're all
yeah.
good. Like, of any of them, you should be the one that I was like, no, I can tank this. This is all right. Yeah, you know what you're in for now, so you jump through it, and probably why you didn't manage to grapple it particularly well, because your eyes were closed, and you were holding your breath while you went,
Decided, can I puppet it? Can I be like wearing a smoke elemental
No.
costume?
You're not in it. You just sort of fell through some of it a bit.
It's worth
Eric,
a shot.
you are on 20 hit points and prone.
Everyone who's watching sees just Eric's body with this bundle of feathers as it starts to grow, and feathers layer on feathers layer on feathers, and it expands until it pushes itself up on 4 legs in the shape of a black feathery bear.
Oh, sort of like an owlbear, but actually just a bear.
This is our bear origins.
Yeah.
As cool as that image is, that's my action, so I can't attack. But,
That's very well.
But you
Have
are
you got-
a bear.
But you're a
I am
bear
a
now.
bear.
There's an Eric in there.
And a bear as well.
Yeah,
You
thank
want to
you.
try and intimidate it?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I do have a spare bonus
Is it a
action.
small? Is it a black bear? Is it the black bear that's the smaller one, or the brown bear that's the smaller one? Are you a large or a medium creature?
I'm medium.
Right. Yeah, you're the smaller one. Cool. No worries. All right, but that's your thing.
Look, for what it's worth, I mean, it doesn't really not really worth anything. We know it's immune to fire damage, but is Kesh close?
Kesh is about 30 feet behind you.
Okay, that's fine. Bonus action, Fire Spirit is going to bother the elemental around its head, doing the help action, which Arthur is already doing.
Great.
Okay, I'll do mine for Javier, and you can do yours for Kesh.
Sure.
If we can move it down the line.
Consider everything, but consider it sufficiently bothered. I'm very much imagining this as the Potter Puppet powers. It's bother.
Except with the Phoenix.
Yeah. Which is appropriate because it's thoughts. Okay, Javier.
Tis me.
Tis.
It's just in front of me. You're fucking waving around on it.
Yeah. You're
Have a good
cartwheeling around on it. There's a bear next to you now. You're like, hey, I didn't do that. And in fact,
Alright.
it's worthy to note, you didn't know he could do that. He didn't know he could do that. You just healed him, and then a bear got up.
Yeah. So to everyone else, it just looks like I turned him into a bear.
It does rather. And, I mean, I know you know how your magic works, but you didn't intend that. It's like, huh, that's weird.
Strange things.
Didn't mean to do that. Oops.
That's weird as fuck. All right. So he is going to, spiritual weapon, doing its thing, making the other arsehole.
Go in. Continue drilling that asshole. It hits.
You drill that asshole.
That spiritual weapon has definitely been worth its weight.
Absolutely.
Another 11 points that it isn't resistant to. Yeah.
How's it looking?
It's not looking good. It actually, it's now leaking smoky essence from two...
Not from its second asshole.
No, from its third arsehole. It's got 2 superfluous buttholes now.
I hate a leaky superfluous butthole.
All right.
I hate a superfluous butthole, leaky or otherwise.
Yeah, shit. I don't really have much. I'm going to...
Don't want to hurt it. Don't want to attack it physically, because then you'll get hurt.
That's true.
I mean, you can use your physical... You can use your action to disengage.
I could.
Is that Javier's style at all?
Not really.
No.
But actually, it probably is his style, to be honest. Yeah. But I think because he has an AOE spell, doesn't he?
What, the smoke elemental?
Yeah.
He just did it and it didn't manage to recharge it. That's meta knowledge, but yes.
But yeah, I wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
No, he would take the disengage. Yeah. Screw that. Yeah, he's taking the disengage and running like directly, like away, kind of towards where Kesh is. Not directly, but kind of as far as you can move. Yeah.
30 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, you do that. Very well. It is now his turn. There's a bear next to him. You've just run away. Arthur is bothering him. So I think he would see the bear as the bigger threat, to be honest. I mean, actually, the bigger threat is definitely your spiritual weapon, but it takes an exploratory swipe at this thing that's drilling extra superfluous buttholes for it. And this is a creature that does not excrete, so it doesn't even have one butthole. And it realizes that it can't hurt the giant glowing pine cone, and so instead it is going to it's going to attack the bear, I think. A 13 on the dice plus 6 probably does it.
Yep, that does it.
For 5 fire damage. 8 fire damage.
8? Okay, good to
8. And a natural yeet. Sorry. Crit. For 7. Another 6 plus 3. 16. More fire damage.
So that was on top of the 8?
On top of the 8.
So
24.
total.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Is the bear unconscious?
The
Do you turn
bear
back into
explodes
an Eric?
a cloud of feathers, and Eric is standing there on all fours and just kind of gets up.
Growling. Yeah. And Eric, I'm going to say that you won't have to make a con save because of the way you described that. It was very cool. And I think like any of the smoke that would have gotten into the bear's lungs don't get into your lungs.
Great.
But you do take any leftover damage. I don't know how many hit points the bear had. Cool. Love it. Dealt with your
19.
wild shape.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I took 5. Yeah.
take 5. Alrighty. Cool. Back to the top of the order. Kesh. There's a magman next to you, and your target is downrange. It's looking, it's leaking smoky like essence from several rents in its form. Your arrow from last time, the one that actually finally hit, is sort of floating in the air where its shoulder is.
Does the help action carry on?
The help action, definitely, you definitely have advantage. There are 2 people help actioning on this.
Triple advantage, dare we say?
No, you don't get triple advantage. Silly.
Well, I'm going to try and shoot the big boy.
Uh-huh. The magman next to you is probably no threat.
And I'm rolling with advantage. 14 plus 6.
20.
Dirty
20. Yep, that hits.
Yay!
I mean, if it didn't hit, you guys are properly fucked. So,
Oh, 1 on my damage damage.
or is it 5? Roll a couple of
Let me just
you wanna-
those cheeky
one
little
of those
d6s
sneaky
doing.
2
Well, you didn't
d6.
say that was a cheeky little d6.
A further 12 damage on
12
it.
points damage.
Okay, onto a certain amount left. It is. It takes the shot to its shoulder and staggers Kesh. Really seems to be like that. Really seemed to hurt it. The magman next to you goes, "Hey, that's my dad." And 18 on the dice.
Yeah, it hits me.
Yeah. 2d6 fire damage, a 1 and a 2 on the dice. You are, however, Kesh, on fire. Again.
God fucking damn it.
But that's not. It could be worse. Stabbed. This was just touched. Very well. We go to Arthur. You're in it, sort of.
Do it.
As I like sink down through it, and I eventually touch the ground, can I like scramble around and try find my hammer?
Yeah, I will allow this. I will say
and
it'll eat
I'm
up
just-
half of your movement to find it, but yes.
Totally fine. I grab my hammer, and I'm just going to start spinning around and do like
Like
a
a
whirlwind
top.
spin and try to dissipate the
Wait,
smoke.
you're looking at the pine cone and you're like, ooh, that.
Very well, you do that. Is this an
look at that.
attack, or you're just trying to sort of waft it?
No, this is gonna be an attack. This is gonna be
Okay.
a reckless attack.
Attack
Oh,
with
well-
wafting intent.
The fire spirit is still helping, so
Yeah.
you don't need to reckless.
Yeah, you don't
Okay.
need to reckless. And it'd be not a bad idea to not recklessly.
All right, I shan't reckless. I'll probably. I got 3 hit points. Nat 20.
There.
Hell yeah.
Was that with advantage? No, that was straight up. Another one.
That was just the first roll.
You're
so
all
that's
just stealing my rolls, guys.
19.
I'm
That's
onto you.
3 to Arthur and none to anybody else. 19 points of damage. Yeah,
Full
as you
Tasmanian devil. Just
swirl. Yeah. That was exactly what I was thinking. This is the speeding, the jet engine powering up, speeding.
Let her rip.
Yeah, it's oh boys and girls, it's not looking healthy at all. Actually, you successfully managed to waft away a good portion of its everything below the waist sort of wafts away temporarily. Can you make me a Constitution save? I will give you advantage because of the crit,
Oh, excellent.
and because you're wafting away a good portion of what remains of this creature.
So that is either a 9 or
Good.
7.
Or a 7. I gave you advantage.
You did give me advantage.
You take. Let's see. I'll roll it. 4 points of necrotic damage as you inhale this thing. Bye,
Good
bye,
night.
Arthur.
Everyone has advantage on attacks against it.
Down I go. Arthur drops back
Oh.
unconscious. Not the ideal, but never mind. Eric, you are up, and Javier is on deck.
Eric, in whatever form he was in, had a plan, and that plan involved scratching this thing. So he's going to Primal Savagery again with
Cool.
advantage.
With advantage.
17
Oh,
or a crit.
Hey!
He saw his mate Arthur go down, and he wants to
yeah.
get him back.
Roll that
Channeling
damage.
a little of that rage.
Roll that damage.
Hell yeah.
Pretty good. 13.
Eric, how do you do this?
Yes.
I see Arthur whirling around and then inhaling smoke and dropping. I bring out my claws, but they are still partially bare claws, and I plunge them into this elemental and rip it apart.
Yeah. That.
Sick.
Hell yeah.
It sort of wafts to the ground, and so you sort of tear it in half, and the two pieces sort of collapse sideways and falls to the ground in this ash cloud, this smoke cloud, sort of gusts out from it as it lands, and it's there on the ground next to Arthur. There is still one creature up, and Javier is about 30 feet away from it, as is a spiritual weapon. Actually, Javier is probably closer to it. He is probably about 15 feet away. Eric, if you have anything else you want to do, go for it.
No, Eric is going to rush to Arthur,
Yep.
but fire spirit is going to go and bother
The Magman.
the Magman.
Very well. Fire Spirit flaps over and bothers the Magman. Cool. Who are you giving advantage? Out of curiosity.
I think
Javier.
it happened to the next attack.
Very well. In which case, probably heavier.
I'll have ya.
All right.
Take it down.
Fatality. Exactly how I mean.
It's. Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me?
No touchy. They call me Mr. Pig.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to not drink my drink for the next few minutes.
Head down.
Yeah,
Antlers-
absolute.
Antlers out.
Charging this magnet.
You have advantage on this.
Yeah, and that's the only reason I'm doing it. All right. So
Antler go 10, not so much. Or a 7.
No!
I'm actually going to say what happens here is it dodges out of the way because it's terrified. It's sort of like, ah! And you go like storming straight past it, and it's like, what the hell? Jeez. It
Who
doesn't
left
look
that
happy.
out?
wait, is so Arthur's down?
Arthur is down.
And how far away is he?
I mean, we would say, hang on, brain. 40 feet.
40.
No, 30 feet. 35
Eric is with him.
feet. Eric is with him.
Yeah.
He's got 2 death save left.
Yeah, I know, but anyway.
And you've used your action.
I have, and like spiritual weapon.
Yeah, boy.
Pine cone.
Pine cone.
To the butthole.
This thing actually has legs, so theoretically, maybe a butthole. 21 hits.
Yes!
That thing is the most deadly thing in the party. It's radiant damage, isn't it? You're standing next to it now, aren't you?
Oh no.
It's fine. It's
Shit.
fine.
Hey, Kesh. Hey, Javier. Make dex saves.
Motherfucker!
16 passes.
Huh?
12 is passes. You take half as much of 2d6s. 7 is half to 3. Fire damage.
Yay.
And it explodes as a giant pine cone drills it up the butthole. And yes, we end the combat there. Arthur is unconscious. I will,
Spare the dying.
however...
Medicine check.
No, spare the dying. He's just not dead.
Very well. You can medicine check to revive him, Brendan. Yeah. Please make me a medicine check. I mean, Kesh has good berries.
I
I
do have
also-
good berries.
I still have a spell slot.
12 on medicine.
12. If he wasn't stabilized before he is now, I would say you're sort of like there rousing him. He sort of hums to. He is still technically at 0 hit points, but he is conscious.
I will walk up to you and get really low because you're very short. And I was like, you did some crazy shit. That was crazy as fuck. And I love you. And I kind of like bap you on the bill with a cure wound.
Thank you.
This does the max healing, does it?
No, if he's 0 hit points, then yes.
Technically 0 hit points.
Yeah, so you heal 12.
Oh,
There you go.
I'll take it.
Cash has some good berries to share around as well, anybody, if you like.
That was some crazy shit, Arthur. Are you okay?
I'm alright. You were a bear. I saw it. You were a bear.
He was a bear.
Yeah.
I saw that.
What?
That was a
There
bear.
was even a point where you were half a bear. You still had the bear paws.
It was kind of terrifying.
It
I
was
thought I
very
turned you
cool.
into a bear. That was very scary for me.
I loved it. It was top 5 moments for me.
But then
Well,
you did the thing.
Yes, you did the thing with the hammer and the thing.
Oh, and
Oh.
Kesh,
Yes.
I was very oxygen deprived at that point. I don't remember most of it.
Kesh, we're going to have a chat about this. About this. You see this?
I'm so sorry. I wasn't aiming for you.
I look like a plinko board.
I'm probably the next tallest next to Javier, so I'm going to reach up and try to get them out.
I'll get them. I'll get them in a bit. I'll get them soon. For now, they stay. They'll stay as a moment.
Could I have
Admittedly-
those? Could I have those back, please?
Yeah, admittedly, Kesh doesn't lose the arrows.
I'm just yanking them out of him in the future. Shit, I'm out of ammo. Have it!
All
What does
right.
a plinko board look like in the Humblewood?
That looks like Javier, straight up. All right. That was very cool.
That was a close one.
That was a lot. That was a lot.
Plinko was my nickname in high school.
Surprised anyone dared to give you a nickname.
Yes, they didn't do it for very long.
I can't imagine why.
To do with the solar side.
Just to have a look around. Is there any danger?
You seem to be out of danger.
Cool.
There is a
I
lot
would-
of spot fires around the town, but nothing looks in danger of setting the shrine on fire.
I am going to go to the shrine and start dismantling the bonfire.
Very well. Can you make me perception checks? Anybody who wants to. Kesh would have advantage.
I don't need it. I just got a natural 20.
Oh, there it is. Where was that
Ooh, there it is.
before?
I don't know.
So Kesh and Javier. Javier, you would your perception check would reveal that the shrine is definitely desecrated, and I don't know how you feel about that. But this close, you can tell that the side facing you guys is a devotional mural to Kereth, the Amaranthine of servants. Well, the servant Amaranthine. It's not necessarily like you don't have to worship the kind of Amaranthine that you are, but traditionally most servants do hold Kereth in fairly high regard. There are 3 other devotional murals on the other 3 sides, but the one that you can see is Kereth, and it has been it's been desecrated in some manner. Kesh, what you see as you are going over to resolve this situation, which is not a bad idea, is that the smoke form is dissipating quite rapidly.
Should we get the thing from this?
Oh my goodness. Yes, yes. Someone grab the thing.
That's what I was interested in.
Trap it in a bottle, like a JD.
Like a genie.
It's not actually a bad idea. Kesh, I'll let your nat 20 carry over because you've noticed that you would presumably go over to look.
Yes.
Kesh, you can see. So unlike the last elemental, the majority of its form has already dissipated, partially from the damage that was done to it, and partially just because it does not have a particularly corporeal form. What's left is slowly dissipating in the mountain breeze, leaving only the smoldering embers of a humanoid shape, but little more than the torso, and the torso is no larger than Javier's torso. It was a lot larger in life. With coals, within the coals of this form glow the telltale embers of gemstones inside the mantle. Its claws glimmer, seemingly ripe for the harvesting. Unlike the last, this corpse is only partially corporeal. Wisps of smoke waft around the ethereal mass, making seeing what you are doing rather difficult. It is very hard to make out details of the creature's form, even in death, the smoke of its being obscuring most of it. It is also clearly getting smaller, almost by the minute, as though it will eventually blow away in the breeze.
Arthur, could you come like waft for me so I can see what I'm doing?
Careful! Don't waft it away. If that is part of it, then I've got glass blowers tools, so I probably have a jar or a bottle or something which I'm gonna get some.
Very well. So there are 3 things to get off this if you're wanting to. There are fangs, There are, you can see Kesh in its form, you can see vaguely. At first you would think they are Ember Gems in there. Like it's hard to make out anything more than that, but there are definitely gems in there. There is also no spine sticking out. You can't see anything like that. However, there is a different thing to get. It's smoky essence.
Ooh.
I guess that's what I've been trying to get. So
Yeah, very well. They each have a DC, but now that you know the way it works, I'm not going to tell you what the DCs are.
I'm
But-
going to try and get the Ember Gems.
Very well. You were trying to get a couple of gems.
Thanks.
So here's the thing. Rules are one assessor, one carver. So one person to make an arcana with intelligence, the other to make arcana with dex. Who's doing it? There isn't really room around the body for more than 2 people to try.
Does anyone have more than a +6 to Dex?
However, I would allow Javier to help one person.
I'll do Arcana.
What's the other one?
Oh, Dex.
Help Kesh.
I'll help.
So Kesh, you have advantage.
Is
No.
it what Dex check is it? Is it a general dex?
It is
or
a
it
dex
sleight of
check.
hand?
It is an arcana dex. So if you're proficient in arcana, you get to add your proficiency bonus. Otherwise, it's just a straight dex check.
It's just a straight Dex check then.
Yeah. And you would get advantage on it because Javier is helping you. Eric got an 8.
No,
It's perception.
rolled
I
that.
apologize.
Yeah.
Arcana, please.
Do we need to determine what we're going for first?
The order would be
Got
useful.
a Dex save.
Yeah.
A dex save is with proficiency for Kesh, so it would be -2. So 17.
Oh,
Still,
sorry.
still pretty good. Just a check. So you just click on the actual stat. But
Sorry.
yeah,
Sorry.
a 17 plus a 15 from Eric. Cool. In what order are you trying to get things?
I really like the idea of getting this essence.
Very well.
but
The essence is
it-
yours
well,
first. You're the one. You came in with the jar. I would definitely say you get the essence.
Oh yeah.
And
I would see him with the jar and be like, "Oh yeah, get the smoky shit."
Javier said a fang. And there is a gem. So you get a gem next, then a fang if Javier wanted a fang. Kesh, however, after the fang, the body has dissipated to the point where there isn't much more to get. You see the gems fade and crack into nothingness. The
I
remaining,
don't get one.
you get one.
Oh.
You get the smoky essence, then you get a Smolder Gem, and then you get a fang. And after that, there isn't much left.
Just fang.
It is an obsidian fang. The party already has one from the fire elemental. So yeah, now you've got but this one is, so the fire elementals one was a big obsidian piece of nasty glassy rock. This one is significantly more. I suppose that they're both obsidian, but actually, sorry, obsidian is black glass, sort of is volcanic glass. This one is more like mica glass, so it's clearer, sort of smoky grey. But both kind of neat things, similar size, but nowhere near identical. The fire elementals one was like curved, like a saber-toothed cat's, whereas this one is much more straight, more like a vampire or whatever, not an animal fang. It's an injecting something into one's neck fang.
A snake fang.
A snake fang, exactly. Yeah, it's actually much more like a snake fang. It is hollow. There you go.
Ooh.
Like a snake fang.
Interesting.
Boom. Kesh, your gem that you're holding, gingerly, I imagine, in your fingers.
Quite gingerly, yes.
The last ones were quite hot to the touch, like really quite uncomfortably hot. This one isn't.
Ooh,
And where the Ember Gems were faceted rubies that appeared to have a fire in them, that when you turn the facets, the flames sort of flicker. This one is much less even. It's more like a dark, again, like mica glass, actually. Sort of a grey glass, but again, faceted, but very unevenly. It looks really just like if you had a big block of smoky glass and just threw it at the ground, you just have a shard of it. It's that. and in it, similar, it's like a smoke that if you turn it the facets, the smoke seems to billow.
Cool.
This is clearly something different, not an Ember Gem. This is what I call a Smolder Gem. And harder to harvest, which is now you've done the treks. The smoky essence was DC 15, which is exactly what Eric got, so I gave him that. The fangs are 10, and the Smolder Gems are 8. So that 19 of Kesh's was almost exactly the right amount for one of those each.
Nice.
Smoky crystal shards, which seem to drink daylight. Oh, that was the other thing. Yeah, the Smolder Gems, Kesh, they seem to suck light into them. Not anything like a black hole or anything. You can still easily perceive them, but they do make things that the area around them a bit darker. Very odd to hold.
Kesh is excited to get this to someone who might know more about it. She's immediately intrigued.
Anybody who would like to is welcome to make an Arcana check on any of the items you have managed to gather to determine any potential effects they may have.
I'm totally doing one.
Absolutely. But I will say, I know a lady who might be able to help us figure out what to do with these.
Absolutely.
That would be great. This thing is amazing.
Kesh, your Arcana check's pretty good.
16. I saved all my good rolls for after the combat.
And Arthur could probably take a guess at this because of the amount of it he's inhaled. So, Arthur, I'm going to tell you that you're looking at, like, Eric is probably admiring his jar full of smoky essence. Arthur, you would probably stagger over to it, and you, looking at it, would think that stuff would probably be usable as... where did I write it down?
A chemical weapon?
Mustard gas.
Pretty much, actually. The very essence of the creature is leaking off it and could potentially be gathered in a sealable container. The substance, when bottled, appears... So, you hold it up, and both of you would notice this. Is it a glass jar?
Yes. Yes.
As you hold it up, you notice that you can't see your fingers on the far side of the glass jar. In fact, the only visible element of the jar at all is the lid. It seems to have made the entire jar invisible.
Ooh.
And Arthur, having breathed in a lot of this, you get that this is definitely... You think this may have the ability to turn people invisible. Somebody who doused themselves in it. Mechanically, if you douse yourself in this smoky essence, you gain it's akin to casting invisibility on yourself.
Sick.
Nice.
You gain basically a free casting of invisibility. Kesh, on the other hand, the Smolder Gem, you could presume that, given that you know the Ember Gems explode when thrown, this probably does something similar, but not in the same manner. An Arcana check of that high, I will tell you. In fact, I did tell you, I did actually write a DC, and you met it. They will explode with some force, but they will, instead of doing damage, they will cast the spell Darkness and the spell Blindness simultaneously.
Ooh.
With a DC of 14.
What a shame I'm no longer into illicit shenanigans.
They can also be imbued into a weapon in a similar way to Ember Gems, but with a different effect, a smoky blade instead of a fiery blade.
Ooh.
It would, in fact, imbue the blade with necrotic damage.
Could I cut it in half and do both my swords?
No, you'd have to, and I would strongly endorse making a new blade out of the 2 fangs you've got, to be honest, because they also have fiery elemental properties. If you can make 1 awesome weapon or 3 reasonably good ones.
We'll have to...
Awesome.
Yeah. Cool. That is what you gain from the creature.
Amazing. Can we see where the airship is from our current vantage point?
Make me a perception check.
See if my luck holds out.
You'd have advantage as well.
That's good. Because I crit
I
failed.
said that before I saw the thing. There you are, 24. Yeah, because you knew where it was and it doesn't move very fast, and you saw it less than an hour ago. So, yeah, you could certainly easily. Yeah, you have to move a bit to catch sight of it. It's still probably the best part of a day away.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'll relay that to the others. I'm like, guys, I think we got a day before that airship turns up. So, who's up for some scrounging?
Oh, are you planning on catching a ride?
No. Scrounging as in scrounging shit from the village.
No, I meant catching a ride on the airship to get home. I mean,
let me clarify.
I meant we had a day to get out of here before Jonah Littlefoot, the deadly pirate, turned up. But
We've got a day to prepare to take on the pirates, so I reckon we get our rest in.
Are you planning on fighting the pirate?
I wasn't planning on fighting the pirates.
No.
I was saying we got a day to get out of here before they
We
turn
just
up.
took a smoke elemental, we can take him.
They're not coming here. They're probably going to fly relatively close to it on their way to Alderheart, which is the only place within sort of 100 miles or so that they could dock. Or the Crest Fortress. They could probably dock at the Crest Fortress, actually. But, yeah. They don't like coming low.
Right.
I would like to get back and get paid. Thank you very much.
Fair.
I do think it's probably a good idea for us to do a quick once over of the town. If the elementals have been using this as a fortress of some kind, then perhaps there might be something of interest that they've left behind.
And I definitely want to dismantle whatever they're doing to that shrine.
Yeah, that's going to be our first priority.
Yeah.
For sure.
What time is it?
It would be mid-afternoon.
It's starting to get late. Maybe this is as good a place as any with some shelter for us to camp before we head back.
I would agree with that.
Most
Yes.
buildings have walls, but very few have anything resembling a roof. But yeah, you could certainly, it's some cover rather than none.
Could we use all the stuff from that they were trying to set the shrine on fire with to craft a rudimentary roof to rest under for the evening?
That would require a check, but theoretically, yeah.
What
There's a
check
couple.
would I-
You could probably use a couple of like semi-intact doors and things to make a reasonable lean-to.
Yes.
As a mapac, can you use your
Scrounge crafting abilities.
your scrounge craft to make a ceiling?
You totally could.
What check would you like me to do with it?
If you're using scrounge craft, you don't need to make a check. It just
Amazing. I am scrounge crafting us a nice little roof.
We're all
to sleep
assisting,
under.
of course. I'm just holding things. and-
Yeah.
I
Between
hug a few things off the arrows.
yeah, I imagine in this time you also take the arrows out gently. Do you share any good berries around, Kesh?
Yeah.
Everybody,
If-
you're
if
now full,
anyone's-
and anybody can. I mean, I think you all took a fair amount of damage. I think Kesh is probably the healthiest, to be honest.
I only have 14 hit points.
I stand by what I said.
I think I'm on 15.
Yeah.
I'm on 8.
I'm on 12.
Woo! All right. I'm gonna give
And Josh pats himself on the back for a really well balanced fight.
I'm gonna give 4 each to Javier and Arthur, and me and Eric can have 1 each.
That way
What did I
you're
do again?
four
I'll give you
4 hit points. 4 hit
Alpha's
points,
just-
and you don't need to eat again today.
we are no longer hungry.
Infected.
Alpha's going to give 3 of his to Eric and just eat 1 for the food factor.
Oh, bless him.
Aw.
Well, how about we split the difference and I hand you 1 back?
Is this a
No,
trick?
that's rude. That's rude. Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's all right.
And I gesture to the Firebird. Would you like yours roasted?
I've never tried a roasted gooseberry. I'll give it. Yeah, why not? Does it turn it into a raisin? Does it dry it out?
Yes, it does. You have a good
This-
raisin.
Javier had some raisins. And
A
he
good
could not
sultana.
speak for a while after.
Perfect.
I think it's a good current, isn't it?
Oh,
Good current.
In fact, I will gather up some twigs way away from the shrine and get the fire spirit to nest in it
Yeah.
and then pop the good berries in there. Anyone who wants them roasted, and then.
So I imagine what's happened is that Kesh and Javier managed to, in one of the one of the lower walled buildings, managed to reconstruct a partial ceiling under which to camp, and then at the other end of said building, Eric builds a fire to keep everybody warm up against one of the walls. So you make a sort of a reasonably pleasant place to stay. And Arthur and he roast good berries on it. I'm imagining this as like s'mores, like you pop it on a stick and then you have like a marshmallow, good berries, 1 hit point, and because marshmallows fill you up. So you are the shrine is no longer in danger of generating a portal to the plane of fire, but do you do anything? And this is really a Javier question. Do you do anything about the whole desecrated business?
In terms of do anything about it,
As a cleric.
yeah. So I still need to talk to you about about that.
And if you don't, that's totally a legit choice. I was just wondering.
No, he would definitely he would go up to the shrine and kind of sniff it, kind of get the feeling of like what was the intent here. This is insulting. He's not happy about it. And
Javier, I'll tell you for free because it's just something you would know.
Yeah.
There is the common knowledge that the upper and lower planes are good and bad, and very much diametrically opposed. So fiends and celestials don't like each other. But there is, very much in my world, there is a third element. It's actually more of a triangle, and none of the points of the triangle like each other at all. Elementals being that third element. So elementals and fiends have a serious beef, as do celestials, elementals, fiends, and celestials. Everybody hates each other. So this is there was definitely the intent behind this. Obviously, clearly, was to thumb one's nose at the celestials that this is but also definitely to open a portal. The latent power of this place.
In that case, they, because it is one of the servant deities, it's something that I've made in my little thing. There would be certain hoof marks as a sign of respect and bow and pray, as one does. So you'd see that on the ground, and just like over the years of the amount of hoofage that has taken place, and he's kind of fingering them. It brings him back to kind of the reason why he decided on the path he went across, as decided on. And so he finds a nice quiet corner in the shrine and takes the incense that he bought.
Sure.
And you can kind of, because it'd be the powdered incense, not the stick incense.
Sure.
You can kind of squeeze it into a form, using a little bit of oil, and then place it on the ground and use a bit of flint and tinder to light it as he sits and contemplates, but sends out his. He hasn't tried to contact his deity in quite a while. Every time he uses it in battle, it's more of like aha, I get to use your power. But it's he's pretty selfish. But these little woodland people are making him a bit mushy. But he won't ever let them know.
We already know.
Which is your deity, out of curiosity?
It's a good question. I will send it to you.
We'll talk to him about this. Yeah,
we'll talk. Yeah, exactly. And he's not asking for an answer at this point. Like, he's very arrogant in that regard. It's almost like, I'm going to talk at you. You're going to listen to me. You're going to hear me. And you'll do what I say or don't. Then like I don't need to know like, oh, I can't do it because like you're whatever.
Yeah.
The winds of change. Yeah, so he just starts doing like a low guttural and eyes roll back, and he really wants the elementals to basically fuck the hell off. He's really pissed about the amount of damage they've done, particularly to all the untouched corpses that he could potentially use. He's really not happy with that, but the best he could possibly do to at least satiate his deity's wishes for the consecration of another deity's.
Very well. Make me a religion check then.
Okay.
I think would be an appropriate thing to roll.
Oh, that's
Maybe.
okay. Well, it's okay.
13. Yeah. I would say you get the feeling that you can't consecrate this in the favor of a god that you don't worship.
Yeah.
But you do manage to. You do feel the hand of your god come down and say, "Yeah, let's not have any of that bullshit," and wipes away the desecration at least.
Good to know.
Yeah. So it would take some doing to re-desecrate it, but it's not in any way a holy place anymore.
What he does is when every time he hears it, it's so as a note, as it's not a flaw, but he has an uncontrollable weep that happens when he's contacted by his deity. So it's kind of like squeezing out, wringing out the last little bit. So he kind of has like that tear. And so he gets it and pastes it across his antlers, and like that's it. But it happens frequently, and he doesn't want anyone else to see it.
Cool. I love it. Amazing. There was talk of checking out the town to make sure that there wasn't anything handy or useful.
Yes, Kesh is going scrounging.
All right, Kesh. Anybody else who wants to, but not Javier because he's busy. Make investigation checks.
I do want to have a chat with Arthur too. Can I do that and this?
You guys can search and chat. You can pair up and search and chat.
Arthur, if anything, would have probably wanted to fix up the shrine, not out of any like religious sort of thing, but out of like a respect for the memory of the people that fought there.
Eric is currently there. I'm sorry, not Eric. Arthur, is currently there. Arthur.
Yeah, Arthur might have like.
And he looks busy,
and, like and then like walked away.
Maybe not. I'll be there. I'll later. But yeah, I think like you would all have gone and removed all of the detritus around it, and like there is Arthur. I would say. How did you do for your investigation? Eric, not so great. Arthur, I would say you can, because you know to smell for it and you know what it smells like, you can smell the blood that was shed here. Around this shrine. And it occurs to you that, yes, there was the desecration of the shrine, and yes, they were planning on making a big-ass bonfire, but there was a lot of people died here. Elementals and humble folk, and the occasional bird folk as well. That may have had something to do with it too. This is a place of power for an awful lot of different things. Kesh, what are you looking for?
Anything of use, anything of value. 16.
Very well. Yeah, a 16. You would find Omi, can you roll me 1d8 in chat, please? You would find some dried herbs and rations that could be made into a pretty decent stew, or otherwise, like with your badly dented but still technically serviceable pot. 1 on the dice. Yeah, there isn't a lot of value around, however. Thank you, Omi. there isn't much. The bandits stripped this place pretty clean when they pulled everybody out, and it wasn't exactly a rich town before. You find under a floorboard, and you probably wouldn't have found it otherwise, but the floorboards have started being ripped up for firewood. You find under a damaged floorboard there was a small cache of valuables, and people stored their possessions under the floorboards for safekeeping. A small hessian sack filled with gold coins. It comes to 15 gold coins. And in all other respects, there isn't anything really of value to be found.
That saddens Kesh a little bit that there's just nothing left here. That it's just been so thoroughly stripped that a little bit of money hidden under the floorboards is all that's left.
Yeah. It's a perfectly serviceable spot. The well has not been, and you would have probably checked the well to make sure that the water is good.
Yeah.
The well water is still good. The mine is still serviceable. The buildings need a fixer-upper, a heavy-duty fixer-upper, but still, it would not be the work of... It's not like you'd have to rebuild the entire place. It's more that you need to repair the whole place. But the place is still totally inhabitable. It's just currently there's not much left.
It would be a nice place for some people to start again, if that's what they had in mind.
And there were enough survivors, Eric would know, and Kesh, actually you would know as well. There were enough survivors
so you mean Arthur?
I do mean Arthur. I do apologize. Yeah, the two former bandits would know that there was enough survivors that they could start over. The bandits managed to get enough of them out. So all of these short, two-syllable, but punchy names. Cool. Arthur and Eric, what do you say to each other?
I imagine this is probably around the bonfire, roasting our berries. I'm sorry for running off from you earlier, but you were amazing.
You kidding me? You fully sprinted from danger into more danger. It was the entire thing was a shit show. I mean, I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for you, and for Javier as well. I mean, everyone was. That was rough. That was probably the closest we've come to death.
Right? Yes, but
Was pretty rough.
we all came together, I think.
You
Don't
turned
you-
into a bear. That was fucking sick.
Yeah, I'm still not sure about that. I believe you, but I need to check in with myself about that.
I could have been hallucinating. I'd check with the others, but I appreciate you being there. You're a good comrade to have in battle.
And so are you.
Arthur's gonna bring him in for a bear hug. Goose
hug.
Goose hug.
You hug the former bear.
Eric is going to nuzzle in a little bit and then kind of awkwardly break away.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Chief, was I a bear?
Yes!
Apparently I was a bear.
A feathery bear.
That's
Also,
cool.
Javier potentially could have turned you into a bear because it's after he healed you that you turned into one.
Or maybe I need to check in with him too, but he seemed surprised.
Maybe he learned a new spell or something.
I'm gonna get the fire spirit who's been, I don't know, around. Did you see me turn into a bear? And it kind of nods.
Yeah, it's not exactly certain to what you are referring. It's you turned into something, buddy. I don't know what it is. Is the sort of it goes like, I think so. Is the general impression? It cheaps at you and as a confused confirmation.
Sure.
Yes, I think so. I am uncertain what a bear is, but if that's what that was, then yeah, You get an image of actually it. Do you have any telepathic? Does it say you have any sort of telepathic communication with it? No. In which case, you do not get an image of what you look like.
That would be a cool use of a mirror, though.
Yeah.
If you ask Kesh, she'll do
Raven
you a
Bear.
crude sketch with a stick.
Sure. Kesh,
That would
make
be
me a
cool.
performance check, Chief.
Plus nothing. Oh shit, an 18. I really did save all my
Here's the
good
good
rolls
roll.
until combat was over.
Hey, look, I'll take it. I much prefer good rolls in roleplay than in combat. It just helps to have them in combat because otherwise I inadvertently kill you guys. Yeah, you do a very good sketch, Kesh. Turns out you're a bit of an artist with a stick. Yeah, I actually think it's probably with one of your short swords. You sort of just scratch it out. You're probably just sitting by the fire, mulling over your own thoughts and drawing the thing you saw today with the tip of your short sword in the dirt. And Eric, you would see this reasonable approximation of a feathered bear. A raven bear, as Sabrin says. Crow bear. Yeah. Like a crowbar, yeah.
Yes.
Very good.
Wow.
You would notice there is a single, like she's drawn outlines of feathers a few times, but on its cheek there is a single red feather. It's not red because she doesn't have any paint. But yeah, there is one feather in exactly the spot it is on your cheek, where it would be.
Chief, that's amazing. And that's just with a stick in the dirt. That's very good.
Bit of blood for the red.
Yeah, there's plenty.
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
Let's go find some blood. Just rub a bit off. Oh,
Actually, it's been cauterized. Never mind.
Yeah.
That's properly artistic there, Major.
thanks. I don't draw too often. I'm quite surprised at how well that turned out.
Maybe
Should
you
practice more often.
I was going to say you should draw more often. Maybe you can help with your artistic talents with this little person as well. I think it's about time that we give you a name.
Ooh.
Any suggestions?
Bird.
Might get confusing.
Yeah.
I love the suggestion. I was thinking something more along the lines of hope. What do we think?
Well, what does it think? Do you like hope? I can throw some more suggestions at you.
It turns its head, but it looks at you when you say the word hope. You address it, and it sort of like you know when a dog looks like, I'm trying to understand. It does the head tilt like a, hey. Doesn't seem to hate the idea. Seems like inquisitively, politely inquisitive.
I think that I've been thinking about this a lot. I think that if we can resolve this whole situation with as little bloodshed on either side as possible, and get the most for both sides as possible, or at least for us, then that's a good thing. So this thing being bonded with me represents that hope.
That's
That's a
lovely,
good
Eric.
name.
Yeah. Cool.
Welcome to the party, Hope. You weren't invited, but you're welcome.
And I think we'll leave it there on that
Hey.
touching note.
That's a very nice note.
Very cute.
Yeah, not all the time do I make the endings horrendous. Or
Look, sometimes you're
cliffhangers.
forced to because we just can't kill shit fast enough.
Yeah, I was that. Yeah, I didn't need to prep anywhere near as much as I did for today. Turns out. Well, guys, I think we should turn off the slightly haunting music. That's the post-battle music, and slap on some Inner Forest, which is my favorite. Sort of the smooth jazz. And let's thank a few people. What? Goodness me. Cool. Serum. We need to thank Serum because Serum did amazing work. Serum made our overlays for us. Serum does great work and is just generally a really supportive and helpful person. And we adore the heck out of them. And yeah, I wouldn't have been able to get this thing up and running if they hadn't helped me. And the Discord is coming, mostly because Serum built it, but I need to figure out how it all works. So yeah, there is that. Very well. We've thanked Serum. Now, I think we have time for some quick favorite moments from the session. So, chat, please throw your favorite moments up if you have some. We'll go around the table, around the room, around the across the top of the
Zoom
screen.
call.
Yeah, we'll go around the Zoom call and see who thinks they all did really well. There were some lovely moments. Yeah, who has a favorite self moment or whatever. I think possibly, why don't we just do a couple for each person? So if because well, most of it was, but there was some really cool imagery in that combat. No, let's do one for everybody. So Nikolai, who thinks Nikolai did really well? I do.
Yes.
Me too.
Nat 20 bonk.
Yeah. Oh my god,
Yes.
the nat 20.
Yes.
Just
You
kept
mess with the
coming.
honk, you get the bonk.
That was
Yeah.
a very
That's
solid line.
Romy.
I really enjoyed the throwing the hammer, to be honest.
Yes, exactly.
Not just the line that you said as you threw the hammer, but the act of doing so at all. And I have another, but yeah, because I've only seconded somebody else's really. So but Brendan has one first. Go for it, Brendan.
It's again piggybacking onto that a little bit, but no one has mentioned the line which preceded that, or the first line, which was, "This is it, I'm in hell," surrounded by the flaming feathers, and I've written followed by the mega crit.
Yeah, mega crit. Yeah, it was a double crit. Hey,
Yeah,
that was
it
a real
Javier's.
shame that it was
It was-
resistant to the damage. But it was
Can't
still meant
fucking
that
wait.
it still meant that it took full damage from your crit rather than double damage from your crit. But still, that was still pretty great. Yeah, that was, you did 30, so it took 15. Yeah,
I do
That-
like
that-
that he thought he was in hell and just was going to have a kip.
yeah.
Yes.
I was like,
Dad, you may as well, right?
fair. You just regained 3 hit points. Like, I'm not up yet. I am still very much down. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna lie down and play dead.
I was impressed by the amount of kiting that you did. That's why I said kite goose, because you effectively moved it away from the battle, and it still had to run after you and follow you. And there was only one time that it ran its full movement and couldn't do anything. And so you kind of effectively took it away from all of us for a good 2 turns,
Mechanically,
which was
very good. Yeah.
yeah.
And the freaking wafting inside it with
The wafting.
I'm going to mention a moment
Taz
from
attack.
from RP as well. The Tasmanian Devil attack. I really enjoyed your trying to impose disadvantage on it by sort of jumping at it. That knocked you unconscious, which was funny. But I really enjoyed giving back the good berries, saying no, you're all good here, and giving most of them to Eric. That was really cute. I really liked the friendship forming between the 2 birds. 2 completely different people.
Bird gang.
The boys.
Bird bros.
Bird bros.
Yeah, that was really lovely. All right, let's talk about Javier.
where to start
Absolutely.
with Javier? I'm going to start it off with the healing cartwheel of gloriousness.
The healing cartwheel that turns someone into a bear.
We're not sure. Maybe it did.
Maybe it did.
Yeah.
No, not a doctor.
That was one of the moments that I had as well. I really liked that, primarily because it was aimed at me. I liked your comment of "It's not your time yet, little one." But the other moment that I actually really liked was you trying to reconsecrate the shrine, or at least desecrating it.
Yeah.
Was a really nice, reflective moment.
I'm going to piggyback
really
on
liked-
that because I really liked, because as we have ascertained, Josh doesn't know very much about Javier's backstory. Other Josh does, but DM Josh doesn't. And I am curious. I want to know so much. And I need to actually find out quite a bit before next session. But yeah, I really like your description of your relationship with deities. Like, you listen, and if you choose to do it, fine. Yeah, was really
None
cool.
of that. Oh, the winds are wrong. Bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. Do it or don't do it. I don't get why I need to pray.
Pretty much.
I agree.
I really liked the description of like squeezing the one manly tear out.
Yeah.
The
Full detail.
feeling mushy, but like not wanting to show to anyone.
I've only got 2 notes for me. Was the extra buttholes.
Yeah. That spiritual weapon was MVP of the whole fucking fight.
My God, that thing slayed.
I think I was counting, and it did over nearly 60 damage.
Yeah. So the big dude started today on 77. And I would have thought the spiritual weapon did the bulk of the heavy lifting on that one.
Yeah, radiant damage.
Yeah, it's
So
just because
good.
it wasn't resistant to the damage you were doing. Eric, it wasn't also resistant to acid. You just didn't get in very many hits. You have a weapon that does all of its actual damage, and also isn't able to be killed.
It's just there, and it's a bonus action
Is it
every
a
turn.
concentration spell?
No,
That's so broken.
it's just there. It's just there.
Yeah.
Though it has happened so many times where I've like played clerics in the past, it just doesn't hit. Like it just doesn't hit. It's there, and I used a second level spell slot, and it just doesn't do anything. But I also have shower door. The shower door scream,
Yes.
and that's it.
I think it'll be one of my favorites for everybody was the communal argument about what that sounds like.
Yeah.
I have 2 heavier quotes written down tonight, which are, that was some crazy shit, but I love you.
Yeah.
And I look like a plinko board.
I'm not sure what a plinko board is. Josh doesn't know.
Oh, really?
No, never heard of it.
Okay, you know the thing. Okay, where you drop a ball from the top and it goes blung 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 blung, and like falls. Kind of like the
like
what do you call,
a toy sort of thing.
Yeah, well, it's an old school like puzzle like probability. Like you're trying to win the thing in the middle, but there's like so many options. The only one that wins is in the middle, and so you have to drop it from the top. And there's all these things. There's all these pins. Yeah. And so it makes the sound plink, like plink, 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 plink. That's what.
Right. Okay.
And
we have some from chat. Omi has favorites for everybody, and I love that's why we love Omi. Omi, favorite Arthur. Finally used the line. Favorite Javier, that cartwheel. Favorite Kesh, finally landing a hit. The pine cone of fucking death. Favorite Eric, turning into a bear and going Mortal Kombat on a smoky bitch. Yes. Yeah, I really let's talk about Eric.
Owlbear Origins. Owlbear Origins.
I really liked retaining the bear claws for that extra round for the flavor. Very good.
That was cool.
Loved it. Absolutely.
You smoky lad.
I adore his attempts to be intimidating because it still kind of is. I'm like, oh, he's so polite. Oh, bless him. Sounds like me when I was first learning to curse. My friends in high school used to laugh at me when I actually swore because they were like, it just sounds so weird and unnatural coming from you.
I think that Eric learning how to curse is probably going to be his primary character arc.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is where Arthur can be a bad influence.
Or a good influence. Yeah.
My favorite moment is definitely the scene with Eric and Alpha at the end.
Yeah.
It was just like such a sweet moment. Such a
offering up
bird bromance.
Yeah, the brodmance? The birdmance.
Bird bromance.
I also loved offering up the naming, the suggestions for names of your Phoenix. I was like, Forks! No, too easy. Yeah. I like Hope. Hope's a lovely name. Cool. Kesh. Talk about Kesh. Karen, favorite yourself moments? 5 misses and 2 hits.
It's 100% the redemption arc. It's
Yes.
the finally landing the hit.
The shiny dice, the shiny sharp
The
dice.
shiny, deadly dice came through for me again.
I love that I gave you advantage twice, and it was both times I'm like, not really called for, but try it. No.
Didn't fucking do anything.
The
Was that
dice
hour and
disagree.
45 minutes? Was that it? Until you
Hour and
finally...
45 minutes of not hitting a goddamn thing. Like, she did shoot it so it started the fight with 100 and, I think, 10 hit points. Kesh did most of that got it down to 77. Like, it wasn't, you hadn't done no damage, you just didn't do it this round,
Peaked
this
too
fight.
soon.
How many did it have? It had 102 to start off with, so it was down to 77, which meant it had taken like 25 hit points already. And I think you did the bulk of that. I think there was a spiritual weapon on it maybe once. No, it was an Arthur attack. Arthur critted it.
The first one.
Because you did, yeah. You hit it, you critted it 4 times in this combat. And it's
Half
really
damage.
lucky it was, but for half damage. Yeah.
I need a
Yeah.
magic hammer.
You very much do. But you have the capacity to make one. Now,
It can't
you
be
Be invincible.
you need to go and talk to Gabby.
Hey.
Yeah. All right. Other favorite Kesh.
Yes. I actually liked the problem of, hey, we have shelters with no roof. Oh, I can just make one without a check. I really like
I'm
that.
good with scraps.
Yeah, that use of that feature. But I mean, the fact that you were the person who thought of using the remains of the bonfire.
But not
To
the
make
person
the
who
shelter.
remembered that you have Scroungecraft.
I also
Look, it's
think
been a
of it-
long, disappointing day.
I think of it like, again, assuming the leadership position, you just be like, all right, I know how to like make this thing. Okay, you go there, you lift that, you lift
Yeah.
that, you bring that there, you put that there, like this. You're the foreman.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that, like, Trish, Rachel's character, Rachel went Mapatch because of Scroungecraft. She was like, oh, that is a dope ability. I'm having that. And doesn't get to use it nearly as often as she'd like. Animal characters. Yes, welcome, Berry Balloons. Yeah, we are. This is the Humblewood by the Deck of Many and the Hit Point Press. It was a Kickstarter a while back. I backed it, and I have run. This is the 4th campaign I have run online in it, and the 6th all up. I love playing in the Humblewood. The character creation is really cool, and they're lovely characters. Our art is done by the marvelous Daria Yevdenova. And I butcher the name every time.
But she forgives you because you're always saying nice things about her.
But I am saying nice things. If you want to check out her other art, you can see it on the Eldritch Scribe. I believe she does their art as well. And on her Twitter, zadasha.com. She is Russian and awesome. And she did our new Heavy Hype chat emotes for us, as well as the Javier Berlendinov on the screen. Cool. Anybody else have nice things to say about Kesh? I actually really liked Karen's comment at the end, like that Kesh was really sad that of this bustling little town, all that's left is a small bag of gold, which I presume you took.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Waste not, what not.
I'm still a bandit. Yeah.
Yeah, I did like so I imagine it in character when you're about to attack, like the very beginning when the magmin was like destroyed behind you, like, cool, I get to attack, and I'm like, get back, you fucking idiot.
Yes, I saw that. No, move backwards, it won't explode. You'll die. It's like, oh yeah, they blow up. I'm just gonna back up. Quick, hide behind my bulk, and I'm like, I will.
Oh yeah,
And
I forgot to
shoot
mention.
arrows into it.
You guys level up.
Hey.
The best one. Level 5's like the best. The best level up.
Yeah.
2
It's
attacks, baby.
2 attacks. I could bring people back from the dead. Ah.
Meta pigeon. Meta pigeon is always
Meta
great.
pigeon?
Yeah, meta pigeon is the.
Oh right. God.
Yeah.
You have advantage.
The metagaming pigeon, yes.
I love
I've
it.
never heard that term before. I really enjoy that.
That's from Critical Role.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Amazing.
That would be why I've never heard it.
I wanted to throw in another alpha moment just because I was reminded because of the introspection around the village of that moment of, and in fact, this is actually partly a DM thing as well, is narrating the smell of the blood that is still in the air and in the soil. And yeah, I mean, this is a DM moment, actually. I was thinking of it as an alpha moment because it was his character thinking it, but really it was mainly narrated by you of that somberness of realizing, okay, we've won this battle and that's cool, but also there's been quite a lot of death and pain here.
Yeah.
And that was quite moving.
Like, I don't know if you guys have ever like visited somewhere that's, you know, had horrible things happen to it. I don't know whether it's just, you know, a response that you have in your mind because you know, you just feel that kind of heaviness. And you're just like, shit.
It's like going into a church. Not for the horrible things happening, but there is a sort of a calm meditative quality to any large church-like building, or a library is another good example. You just, yes, there is, I imagine, a bit of a placebo that you know you're supposed to be quiet in here, you know you're supposed to be calm and respectful and not run around and scream. But yeah, those places do have that sort of inherent, even when it's quiet and there's no one around, and you totally could scream if you wanted to, you still don't. You're still, like, enjoined by the somberness of the occasion to take it seriously. Yeah, it's an interesting one. It is Thursday. What? Level 5, yeah. Alright, well, have we said nice things about Kesh, or are we talking about the DM now?
Let's talk about the DM.
Sorry, is it Thursday yet? Is a reference to Critical Role. I see you, Berry Balloons.
I need to watch some fucking Critical Role.
I feel about Critical Role the same way I feel about Squid Game. I haven't watched either, and the more people who are like, woo! I'm like, no, I don't want to now. I don't want it because you want me to.
I think the only difference in terms of with Critical Role is that it is a reflection of what we're currently doing now, and people are comparing us to it. Again, going into streaming D&D and having watched Critical Role, it's like you can't help but make the comparisons, but obviously seeing it from the very beginning of where they were literally just a bunch of friends around a table and now they're like a multi-million-dollar company is like, that's incredible, regardless of whether or not they're great or not. It's like there's elements of everything in this.
Yeah.
And I want to be clear, I don't in any way suspect that they are bad. And I've seen Matt Mercer DM. I'm like, no, he's very good.
Yep.
I would argue he's no better than 2 or 3 dozen other well-known DMs. He's great.
And he would argue that too.
Yeah, I know, and this is the thing.
He would be like, I'm a fucking average, man. He's like, I'm just a guy. Anyway, you. Speaking of DMs,
Ben, please do.
Here we are. You've DM'd us. That was actually a really well balanced fight. That was really cool. I'm very surprised, actually. At the very beginning when you took 18, Kesh took 18 points of fire damage, and I'm like, okay,
this is gonna be bad.
This is bad. This is because it does have the potential. You rolled low so many times, and we all caught on fire and like changed our fire privileges. And that was rough. Even going down a few times, it was still like within the realms of doability.
Yeah, who didn't fall unconscious?
Javier.
Oh yeah.
That was it.
Luckily.
Luckily.
Yeah.
He was
that-
there to
fail-safe.
cartwheel us back to life.
I love that the person who fell unconscious first ended the fight with the most hit point.
Hey.
Fuck did that happen?
Yes.
The quick
we're
bring it
also
back. Oh
concerned
no, wait, we
about
should have
you.
saved some for ourselves.
It felt like a well-deserved level up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like
I
those
was-
fights where you're constantly on the ropes, like you're
Yeah.
always like an action away from death. It feels like every single thing you do is like the most important role. So it's like
Yeah.
the tension is up there, but like the payoff if something goes well, like
Yeah.
the nat 20s, it's like holy shit, hell yeah.
Like when you miss 5 times in a row and then you hit something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might have
Very
been boring if you
satisfying.
hit. It might have just been boring.
And that's what I was
Serum
gonna
just saw me
say.
shake my head at him for his favorite DM moment. Sometimes frog. Sorry, carry on.
I
He's
was
never going to let it go, Josh. You just
No.
have to accept it.
I was going to add on to what Josh had said, that it wasn't a boring combat. You know, when it's too easy and when it's clear which way it's going to go, it can kind of just feel like you're going through the motions. But I felt like there was a lot of strategy involved from all of us, and even the way that we started the combat with bringing some of them away. I feel like, as rough as it was, we, apart from missing lots of attacks, we handled that as well as we probably could have.
Yeah, absolutely. Or it's porn. Sorry, Karen just said sometimes things are popular because they're good, or because Will Smith is in them.
I will never forget the time you so for those of you who don't know, that's a quote from Yahtzee Croshaw, who does zero punctuation. And Josh used it in an essay for our cultural studies class at uni.
It's one of the core units. I didn't like it, Nikolai. And it was I quoted him twice to that teacher. Once in a presentation, and then again later on in a submitted. I actually used a clip from the show from one of the zero punctuations in a presentation, and she thought it was really funny. She has now went and watched like 20 of his videos, and she was like, I don't play video games, but it's very funny. And I quoted it. I had to reference him in an essay in my second year, and she gave me a very good mark for it. It was actually, I think, the highest mark she gave me. She was like, well used. I like that.
She knows a philosopher when she sees one.
I don't understand where it came from, the flea, but it's funny. You buy a bigger bed, you have more bedroom, but less bedroom.
Aha.
They're not wrong.
They are not wrong.
not
Hilton
wrong.
Claymore. Hi, Hilton Claymore.
Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. We're just doing our favorite moments. It's something we inherited from the dreaded GM. We like to talk about how good we did in the session because being creative is hard. Has everybody?
Speaking of things you did well, I would just like to. So I've written down a bunch of quotes today, and I think I've said most of them except for this one. It now has 2 superfluous plot holes.
Beautiful.
An unpleasant plethora of buttholes. Yeah, that was fun. Alrighty, cool. I have been flattered plenty. Thank you very much. My favorite DM moment would definitely be the. I enjoyed a couple. I hadn't actually planted any loot around the place. I hadn't really thought you might go looking for it. So Omi's one in chat was really much just like, how much loot is there? 1, not a lot. I love it when the digital randomizer agrees with me because I don't think there would be an awful lot to find. So I was like, yeah, 15 gold pieces. Why not? That's not going to break the bank. It's not going to destroy the inflation rates in the Humblewood. But yeah, I think it's possibly one of the best balanced fights I've ever written. And I think if you guys hadn't come in with a plan, it would have fucked you up. And I made that a note of that in my notes when I was writing it. I was just like, if they just charge in, yeah, they might be able to deal better because they're all in one place. But yeah, because there was a lot of it was you were separated. But yeah, I think I did fairly well.
No, I felt in danger, but I didn't feel like there was no hope.
We also
Yeah.
do have good balancing in our team. Like we made use of each of our strengths, which was
Absolutely,
really nice.
absolutely. Serum76 would appear to have another favorite Karen moment, which was writing down all of her favorite moments. Because Serum is a shit stirrer, not just to me, but also to Karen.
Look, it only took the whole of the Academy of Xander and the first,
She's learning.
3 episodes of this, but we got there.
Alrighty. Well, guys, we should go away from here and raid somebody else. And I think it's Phoenixy Wacky's turn. So we will raid them. But first, we are going to tell everybody who and where we are from. Who we're from, where we're from, and who we are. Let's do that. If you've enjoyed, please chuck us a follow. We love the follows. Yeah, we very much appreciate them. We've also had a heck of a lot of subs today, which was also extremely gratifying. We have mostly Thamior to thank for that. What a bloody legend. We have, new shows coming online in the near future. I am looking at getting all the back episodes up onto YouTube in the next couple of weeks, but it's taking me a little while to edit them all up. And we are starting a new game on Wednesday nights in the Avatar Legends system that has recently been kickstarted for, so we're using the beta rules for that. Rhythm in the Mind, my sibling, will be DMing that. It was on Roll for Damage, the last 3 episodes of it, and now the next 3 episodes are going to be here on Corsair's Cove on alternating Wednesdays starting in 2 weeks' time. Otherwise, we've got more Humblewood of Monsters and Magic every Thursday nights, and if you want to see more Humblewood in the same world but with a different crew, you can head over to Roll for Damage on Monday nights, where I DM it over there as well, but with a totally different group of people who are just as splendid and wonderful. The AJ Winters is in both of them. We also have D-Rab is in both of those as well. Matt Brown and Axel Bebbington are in the Avatar game, and the big Viking himself, Mitch Earnshaw, and Rachel Fuka are in the Humblewood game. So, mesdames et messieurs, Damen und Herren, and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, guys, tell everybody who they are, who you are. Let's go Nikolai first.
Hi, I'm Nikolai. You can see me on the internet as Cossack Nico in some places. I mainly just hang around here on Thursday nights, but I will be finishing my 2-shot game at some point within the next few weeks.
Yeah, we're hopeful in the next month or so. Let me know when a Wednesday that you can do it, buddy. Alrighty. Josh, talk about yourself.
Yes, well, I'm Josh. Potentially another name in the next coming weeks or so, but we'll see. For now, I am doing a bunch of musical theatre, most namely Little Women at Old Mill Theatre in December. A bunch of other fringe gigs, and many people asking me to do little things here and there, aka like wedding receptions. I just
How was that?
emceed a wedding reception. That was good. That was fun. I wore a dress. I looked really pretty. I think so. Anyway,
I would love to see pictures. I think you could.
they're actually gorgeous. Axel did my makeup. It was fucking awesome.
Cool.
Anyway,
I'm here for this.
I'm on here every week on Thursday, playing this weirdo that I love so dearly, and that's about it for me. You might see me do some more weird shit in the future. Keep an eye out. I'm not a very smart man on Instagram as well, by the way.
That's true. The link tree is all there if you want to follow Mux Towns. And Karen.
Just quickly, if you are a Javier fan, we do have the Javier Merry Christmas merch available now. so we have kitted Javier out with some festive decorations, and you can have him on a t-shirt, a mug, or a sticker, which I think is fun. We do
fun. I'm so
we
excited.
do love a festive t-shirt.
We've already had someone buy it as well.
Hey! Congratulations!
Serum is a shit stirrer, but he also buys our shit.
But I need to order myself some Javier Merry Christmas shit as well. But I am Karen, the mother of bunnies, on Twitch and over on Twitter. Sorry, this is Siri on my lap, who's getting needy because we've been on stream for 3 hours.
She did sleep through most of the first half.
She did very well. I am a performer and a writer. You can see my burlesque alter ego on stage in the lovely rural West Australian town of Geraldton this Saturday night, which is
Come and hang out with me. I'm not going to have anything to do other than watch.
You can also check out the podcast I'm in, There Be Dragons, which is a 5e D&D gunpowder podcast. I play a dragonborn badass in it. It's great. And I will have an exciting announcement next week, but I can't say anything because the official announcement is tomorrow. So
Absolutely.
Come back next week and you find out what my exciting news is.
How exciting. Brendan, tell me about yourself.
Yes, I'm Brendan Ellis. I'm an actor director in Perth. I am the current artistic director of Perth Playback Theatre. That's improvisational theatre that we do based on your real stories. It's very cool. We are doing a show in Fringe World, so keep an eye out for that as well.
We will have links in chat for all of those things. Brendan, send me the links and I will put them in the chat. Cool. Alrighty. And Madame and Monsieur, Dame and Heron, and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I am Josh the Pirate. I have been your humble DM and storyteller for this evening. If you liked my face and voice, you can find me over on Roll for Damage, where I DM the Humblewood over there. I also program One Shot Wednesdays, which we are moving here to Corsair's Cove, because it's my channel, I can do what I want. For that, we've got Rhythm in the Mind bringing his Avatar game. If you like the majestic voice, but you think I could stand to tone the face down a bit, you can also check me out in the 5e D&D Gunpowder plot podcast, There Be Dragons, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Scairn Felspar. I'm also one half of the silly puppet comedy duo Pupperotica, where we will be in Fringe World this year for Season 7. 7 Heavenly Sins, and we are about to be allowed to start promoting it, so we will do that soon. It is a lovely place to spend a weekend. Sarcasm, a little bit. I
mainly plan to sleep a lot and walk on the beach.
I played the infamous and deadly pirate Scairn Felspar and his little dragon, Hrosh. It's actually Hrosh. The first one is sort of Hrosh. It's short for Hrosh Valur. Which is a sea monster. Cool. Alrighty. Well, we should go away from here now because we've been streaming for a gosh darn long while. And I am extremely hungry, boy. Let us go for a raid. I think we saw that Phoenix Iwaki was streaming, and it's their turn. So let us go and raid John and Phoenix Iwaki. Esmeralda and Xenacus are doing their thing over at the Arcane Library. So we will start that raid. Guys, please throw your favorite raid emotes up in chat. Tell them where you came from, and we will see you guys next time. Crushed Valor. No, Crush Valur.
Like Crush Valor.
Crushed Valor. Alrighty. Travel safely, everybody. We will see you next week. Bye-bye.